Hey everybody, and welcome to Joe's Computer Museum on this wonderful, lazy, quiet Wednesday evening. Stupid things to get out of the way first, of course, like we always have to do because it's YouTube. I know we've just started the stream, but hit the like button. Do it. It'll make Joe happy. It'll make YouTube happy. It does things when it does that. Secondly, thank you to these two wonderful people who are going to hang out with me tonight and keep me company while I nerd out over old 1980s tech. We have Trina of Trina's Technobabble and Adam McGee of Adam's Apples. Mac 84. I pushed like and my printer exploded. No, that's just like the printer on the bottom exploding like that one brick in Bloodsport.
But here's
as if he has one printer.
But yeah, I was going to say, here's the ultimate question: which printer, Steve?
This the one on the bottom, from all the pressure, like Bloodsport when he crashes and the bricks fly out. Went boom because of the pressure.
Right. Right.
So other quick housekeeping. Again, let's run through and say hi to all the peeps in the chat. There are lots. We've got, in theory, Garth, but he made that message a long time ago. Frank is here. Mac 84, that would be Steve. Martin Mack, Bob Darlington, scrolling. Francois Trina is here, of course. Sloopy Malibu, hi Sloopy. I'm sorry that I've gotten you hooked on Lower Decks. No, not sorry at all. Retro Fox is here. Frank S, I think it might already be said. This does not compute. Colin's here. Oh my gosh, celebrities. Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack, hello. Gut Bomb is here. Cat's here. Hi, Cat Starbeck. Chris, Micro Hobbyist, and other people. Retro Techie, hi, everybody. Thank you all for stopping by and watching my silly little stream. Again, this is going to be a nice little quiet, laid-back stream tonight because I have, hey, Curtis, I have the coolest old piece of kit. I'm going to tell you.
Just before you get into that, I invited somebody tonight to watch the stream so they could see Opie here. Hi, say hi, Opie. But she decided to grow up in my lap. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Joe, what do you think of this memory card? Do you think this is going to work?
I believe that there is an 80% chance one of those chips in that top row, it will be hot enough to light a fire.
Unsocketed too.
Yeah. Yep.
MT RAM.
Yeah. No, they're bad. All 8 of them. All 8 chips are bad. Guaranteed.
Got this.
Yes.
Surprise! Surprise! You have
now let's let Joe tell us what he's here for.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you all a story. Before we dig into this, I'm going to get the boring part out of the way first, because suspense. So go back in time to like 1989. So young Joe moves to this brand new town.
I didn't think young Joe was born yet.
In 1989?
Just run with it. You weren't born yet.
Sure, I was sure. Whatever. Anyway. No, I'm in fact an old fat man. Anyway, so 1989, we move into this new town. In this new town, the place we lived in before we kind of lived in a rural area, and our television that we received was the big 4 networks over an antenna. We were close enough to the capital that we could do that, but this new town, you can't receive anything by antenna because we're too far away. Still too far away. This town is in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, but we had cable television in this town. So for the first time in my life, I had cable television, and I was able to watch things other than the president when he was on television on all 6 channels all at once. We had things like Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel and like just this cool stuff. You know, this rural kid having all this neat MTV. But me being a computer nerd, one of the coolest things that we had on this channel, on this cable system, which at the time was an independently owned cable system. It was locally owned company. We had an information channel on channel 13. As a matter of fact, I think on our cable system today, channel 13 is still like the local weather display thing. Yeah. So on channel 13, we would have this graphic display of these brightly colored graphics. And it looked like it was computer generated early, like it was coming out of an Apple II or a Commodore or something. And I'm like, this is the coolest thing ever. I used to sit there and just watch it. And underneath it, the audio they had piped in was the local radio station, because wouldn't you know it, the same lady owned both the cable company and the radio station. So that's how they did it. But this thing was cool because it showed the date and time, and it had like information about all the cable channels that we had, because there were only like 20 of them. So it wasn't like the preview channel, which rolls for like 20 minutes. And it had like local, like quick news and updates. You could pay to advertise on it if you wanted to. It had the time and temperature, had a time and temperature screen, which was cool. And most importantly, in the winter, when school was canceled, it had school cancellations on it. So as you can imagine, from the months of like November to March, I was glued to that TV every morning. So are you going to start your own cable channel? Can I be your newsman? Yes, Retro Techie. We'll talk about that. So it was just this fascinating relic of the mid 80s, right? It's just this massively 1980s thing. So over time, the cable company, the lady who ran it, she was like 95 years old. And so she sold the cable company to Adelphia, which was then purchased by Time Warner, which was then purchased by or merged into Spectrum and whatever. So it's been multiple names throughout the time. So all of that's lost to history. So about 10 years ago, I'm doing some work at the local city hall in their, what's the name of it? In the council chambers where they hold public meetings and stuff. And at the back, they have a camera and a media unit that they use to record all of their stuff, all their meetings, because they stream it to the internet now. But back in the day, they had an override switch in the back with a fiber line going directly into the local cable plant, and they could flip a switch and take control of channel 13. They just took it over, and that's how they did their thing. They did the public version of their public meetings or whatever. Now it's streamed, and you can watch it live, or watch it back or whatever. But that's how they did it back in the day. And in the media center, in the media console underneath, was this ancient television. So when I'm helping take out the old equipment and install the new streaming equipment, there's this ancient TV, and I look at the front of this TV, and I see something on this television, something I had not seen for at least 20 years at that point. And that was a screen burn from this old TV of that old channel. Because most of the time, the TV just sat in the back on, monitoring channel 13 with that graphic on it all the time. And it was screen burned on there. And the moment I saw that television, I asked the municipality, can I have this television? I got to have this TV. And so they gave me the television. And to this day, I have the original television, and based on which the specifications and the plugs on the back of this TV, this television was given to them by the cable company. Because I know Helen Zelkowitz, who owned the cable company, and that's the kind of thing she did. So this was the original television given to them to monitor that station for this graphic system or whatever. So I got the TV here, and I'll see if I can show it to you. So the TV is just the first part. I'm getting there. I know I'm boring everybody to death. Just hang out with me here. So that's the television.
It's okay. Opie's falling asleep to your story. So
can I play Atari 2600 on that TV now? Yes, Retro Techie. Yes, I can. It's hard to see. I'm going to try to get a good angle on this. Ah! That's not the angle I wanted, but whatever. You might just be able to see the screen burn. Like, you see, like, right there it says 30. That's like the barometer reading. This is the rain today. Here, that's the wind and all that stuff. You can kind of see the screen burn in there.
Yeah, I think that's the same TV that was used with the Texas Instruments TI-99.
You know what? It's surprising you say that because you are 100% absolutely correct. Except this is a Panasonic. So you know where Texas Instruments got them from. What's even fancier, another little side note. This TV or this monitor and the one I got with my TI-99 4A about 9 years ago, they were manufactured in the same plant in the same month, in the same year. They came out of the same place.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a Sanyo variant of it too. They look the same other than the branding.
Mm-hmm. Now, anyway, back to what we're doing. Yeah, I'm sorry it's destroying the compression is destroying the screen burn, but trust me, it's in there. I can see it, right? So I got this TV, and that set me on a path of trying to figure out the system that drove that. And I know it's got to be some sort of specialized hardware, some sort of Shango 6. I'm not sending anything to Shango 66. That guy lost his marbles a long time ago. He's been drinking too much mercury. Anyway, so processing. Yes. So I knew it had to be some sort of head-end unit, some sort of graphical thing. And I know at some point that the cable company had upgraded from the thing to like the preview channel hardware, which ran on, or the early preview channel hardware, which ran on an Amiga. And I started digging down all these rabbit holes. Gosh, it took me a couple months to find it, to figure out the actual name of this system. But I was able to finally figure it out by, just making silly little internet links to that, which connects to that, which is a manual, or you read some sort of like 100-page industry magazine for the cable television industry and all this other stuff. And I figured out that it was a Texscan MSI Compuvid SpectraGen 4. I'm going to step back and say that, and I was able to find that because somebody who has a connection to the WeatherStar systems, Technight has a friend named Jesse. So we all know who Technight is. He does all that WeatherStar stuff. He kind of shows up at all the shows and brings out the WeatherStar equipment. He has a friend named Jesse that does these things. Oh. And Jesse had a video on YouTube years ago, before I even knew who Jesse and Technight were, that led me to be able to figure this out visually from what the screen looked like. Because that is the only thing. Like, it's not like they are advertising what this product is on Channel 13. Like, I don't know. But I see this video on YouTube. I'm like, that's it! And Jesse, in his infinite wisdom, happened to put in the bottom, in the description, Texscan MSI Compuvid SpectraGen 4. So that is what started a 10-year journey of me looking for, stepping back, brain just reset, looking for on eBay this unit. I have had a saved search in eBay for a decade looking for this thing, and has never fired ever. Processing data, thinking. Yes. I've had other ones, like I have like one for Apple III that fires every day, right? So I know the system works.
Right.
Fast forward to last week, decade later, I happened to start a random conversation with the wonderful Technight. Hi, K-Mac. About something somehow. I don't remember exactly how it came up, but we got off on this conversation about these units, because I think he was talking about Weather Stars or something, and I brought it up with him again. I was like, I really love to have that. He told me about his friend Jesse, all this stuff, and he mentioned they come up on eBay all the time. Why don't you have one yet? I'm like, is eBay not working? So somehow in this conversation, I don't know how it happened, but my brain was like, I need to try a different search term. I tried a different search term and immediately got hit. Immediately. I could have had this years ago. But whatever.
For probably cheaper too.
Oh yeah. Oh, it wasn't cheap. Not cheap. It wasn't insanely expensive. I mean, we're not in Lisa territory here or anything like that, but it was not cheap. But that's what jcm-1.com is for. You can go there and purchase things and support me so that I can buy cool things and show them off on the internet. Anyway.
And also that way your better half or better 7/8 isn't so pissed at you because people keep giving you money.
Yeah. It's like, well, yeah. It's like, well, as long as the toys are getting paid for, it's okay. But every time a new big box shows up at the front door, I get the question again. It's like, what the hell is this? Why is it in my house? But that's fine. Anyway, so fast forward, this auction, it's an auction, and it's not just an auction, it's a buy it now. I don't even have to fight for it. I just gave the guy an offer for, will you take this much? And he's like, it's shipped. It's already shipped. And it showed up Monday, I think. So that's where we are. So now I have this cool, awesome, stupid little thing from my childhood to do the thing. So here is my long-term goal. I want to tell you my long-term goal before we actually dig into the unit. My long-term goal is this. I want to get this machine refurbished, working fully, and plugged into a streaming machine and stream a 24/7, 365 YouTube stream of whatever the hell I want to put on it. For the frick of it. Because why not?
Nice.
Right? It's the coolest thing since sliced bread. And I can bake in advertising because the unit is changeable. It's also PC controllable. So I can have a console on the side I can update it from, and then stuff will just show on the screen. So if you want to give me money, not really, I won't. Like, what would I actually charge? But if you want to, like, I don't know, tweet at it or Mastodon at it or toot at it to have it show things that show up on the screen, wouldn't that be neat? With bad word filters, of course. Mm-hmm. Just put my Blue Scuzzy ad on repeat. What's the YouTube's upper limit on StreamCon? Good note, Catherine. Doesn't really matter because you can set up a series of whatever doodles to disconnect an old stream, create a new one, and start over again. So when the first one ends at 24 hours, it cuts it off and starts a new one. You can automate it.
I was gonna say because there are some like 24-hour streams of like soothing music and stuff that never seem to stop. So there's got to be a way to do that. Yeah, there's the limit is 24 hours, but it just cuts off and starts over. Okay. Right. And it's just automated. You can set the system set systems up to automate that process, so it's not a problem. Unlike there are news channels that are on 24/7, 365. They're just on YouTube. Right. So it's a thing. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so now we need to do things. Shall we show you what this stupid thing looks like? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. I'm gonna make myself bigadoodles. Okay. And hopefully my internet isn't garbage and screwing this up. So we're gonna go to SideCam. There it is. There is this beautiful unit. It's huge. It doesn't look gigantic. It looks about the size of an electric typewriter that we used to have at home. It's like an Apple II would be slightly deeper and only about that wide. Right. Yeah. It obviously has more more keys on it than a typewriter because you have on both sides. Yeah, it's got your regular data input keys here, right? But it's got all these different control keys. These are the color and formatting keys here. Right. These are command keys, and these up here would be what you would call function keys. Okay. Where you use the control or shift to change. I'm trying to read. Do not
Yeah.
Authorized personnel only.
As you can tell, this thing was absolutely used in production.
Yeah.
100%. Totally used in production. That is staying on that machine. It is not going anywhere. This is a very important piece and part of the history of this machine.
Right?
Who is this guy? Totally. Oh my gosh, it's Ryan. How you doing, Ryan?
Good, yourself?
I am hanging in there.
A man with stuff. What kind of stuff?
As Frank said, I am authorized now. That's not Frank. There.
But are you authorized?
I mean, Frank, Cat, what's the real difference? We never seen them in the room together, so they could be the same person.
What? Frank and
yeah, Frank and Kat. We've never seen them in the same room.
Oh, that's right. They're the same person.
So they could be the same person.
So first things first. Of course, I already unboxed it, and I'm not going to spoil it, but I will tell people I have turned it on. So, but I'm going to surprise everybody with what we find. But first things first.
Of
course, I have this TV because we're going to make this work with that TV, right?
Have you opened it, Joe?
I have not opened the machine up yet. No. So that's what we're going to do next. We're going to take all the screws out and we're going to look inside because this machine, you can't tell from the outside, but the machine has a whole bunch of different upgrades it can take to talk to weather units and it has like news data packet input units and all this other type of stuff. So
very cool.
So we can.
So what is it based on? Is it like a Z80 type processor?
It is a Z80 based system. Yes.
Okay.
It is a Z80. Cool. So let's go ahead and take.
So RetroFox had a suggestion to do with your the sticker on it.
Take it off and
laminate
it.
Yeah.
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah,
I apologize if y'all can't see everything I'm doing here because as anybody who has visited my space before knows, this place has no room. So things are tight.
That's what she said.
This is like a 3-foot space right there to give you an idea of how much space I have in my.
See, you can tell Joe's excited because he's not even laughing at my dirty joke. Like seriously?
I didn't even hear your dirty joke, but you tell it again.
Oh, well, you said something about it being tight, and I said that's what she said.
Ha
ha! See, Joe is too excited to even catch on to dirty jokes. You know that's when Joe's excited.
Yeah.
That's true. He's very excited.
Z80 rules. So we take those screws out, I assume.
That works.
The bigger question, will it run CPM?
Yeah.
Maybe it already is.
Maybe. It's possible. Yeah.
I know so much about the machine already, but I'm not answering any of your questions or taking any of your bait.
Okay, very good.
I'm gonna let everybody find out.
It's Windows 1, isn't it?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Can I play? Can it run Windows 11? And can I play any modern game people can think of? I'm horrible at this.
It can play Starfield, and it runs Windows 11 64-bit Pro.
Beautifully.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, sure.
I think that's all the screws. I think.
See, I'm not trying to bait Joe.
Some on the back.
Did you guys see the Hackaday post about the guys who found the old Z80 operating system? They're trying to archive it and save it from.
Where did they find it? Like, was it on a computer or? Like
I'll have to find the article.
What operating system was it? Just some random thing, or was it important?
It was made by. Hold on, let me. Hackaday. Let's go find it.
I don't know how this comes apart. So the screws are out of it. Stuff is wobbling around. I don't know what this means. Come sideways. This is obviously not made to be taken apart. It's a piece of industrial equipment. So all the screws are out of this blue panel, but the blue panel does not move. So that's interesting.
So it's actually Zilog's forgotten operating system. It's called Z80 Rio.
Joe.
Yeah.
What if you sit it on its bottom?
Yeah.
And pull the blue towards you?
I can't. It's captured right here and right here.
Okay. Does
captured
it?
in these. You can't
Does,
see it on camera in these
yeah.
two spots.
Okay. Does it
So I'm
slide?
thinking I would think it would slide, but then the
Slide
keyboard would.
sideways.
Okay.
Is it like just a pressure fit? You actually have to bend it out a little bit to get it
It
past
might
the.
be. I don't know, but like this back part, this does not move. This is just in
No.
there.
Solid.
Looks like a little bit of movement there.
Oh nope, I got it.
There you go.
Aha! I was right.
Dusty.
It went towards the front.
Oh.
Aha.
It's
Aha.
hinged like a BMW.
Yeah.
Oh, so these side screws on the side you don't take out. These over here. So those are going back in because that's making this one back here wobble.
Right. That makes
see the
sense
wobbles?
because you said it was wobbling. Yeah.
Hi, my
Wobble.
name's Joe. I'm stupid.
Hey, no, Joe, you are not stupid. You honestly had no idea. I'm not going to let you talk negative about yourself.
I had a feeling this was the case.
No, nobody
because
puts
I've
Joe
run
in a
into
corner.
this type of thing before. Hey, everybody, look at my hair.
You could also probably put the screws back in the bottom, I would dare say, as well.
No, there are screws along. You can't see. There's screws along the bottom of this edge down here, down there,
Okay.
and back
Okay.
here that I had to take out in order for that to pop and lift. It's only these side ones that hold the back panel on.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Joe, out of curiosity, what was the MSRP of such a device?
When it was new,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
I have
now,
no
obviously.
I don't even know. A lot.
Yeah.
Would you
Broadcast
read the
equipment,
manual?
probably thousands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, easily.
It was easily 10 grand.
So Adam, you know those two Sony Trinitron monitors I showed?
Yeah, those
You
old
said they
ones.
might have had. Yeah, the old ones. So that and two Betamax head units and a controller was $75,000 in 1983.
Well, there was no
Holy
Betamax
smokes.
anything in that picture you had.
Yeah, they're underneath the desk.
There we go. That's put back together.
Well, you had two video decks, but they were U-matics.
Yeah, there was two Betamax just underneath it, just underneath the desk, mounted.
Were they Beta Cam then?
Probably Betacam. Yeah, I would imagine.
Okay, that's
Got
what
cables
broadcast
we
would
need to
use.
unplug here.
Yeah.
I was gonna
that
say,
stuff's
no,
not
actually,
cheap.
if we do this, we can just kind of set it to the side very carefully.
yeah,
There.
it was
Anyway,
very
I bought it
good.
all.
Wow.
I bought it all for $100.
This is the keyboard cable.
What
Yeah.
a bargain. I wish you lived close. I would come buy those decks from you.
I can send one to you if you want it. I have no use for it. I only want it for the Trinitron monitors.
All right, quiet, guys. Joe's talking.
Sorry.
Okay. So there's some cool information here that actually tells us what this means. First off, dust.
Just a little bit.
So we might take a little walk over to
dusty.
the garage with my mobile camera, even though I won't be able to hear me, and you can watch me clean this out because I can take this camera here with me. But the thing I want to show here is if we look right, sorry about the shaky cam,
That's okay.
right here, it tells you what board goes in what slot, which lets us know immediately what features we have. So we have 3 boards here, and the
Right.
3 wide boards would be the character generator, which obviously we need, the CPU, which obviously need, and then it has this third option, Genlock Video. This machine can take video in and Genlock titles over top of video going out.
Cool.
You know, but we do not have any of these other features here. We don't have the SDD1, the weather and tone decoder, or the OLMG weather card. Those are all missing, which sucks.
Oh,
OLMG.
I thought maybe you read left or right. So like the gen lock thing did whatever it said there on the list because now you move the camera. If that makes any sense.
No, there's
Yeah,
6
it's-
boards, but he's only got the 3 on the left and the 3 on the
Yeah.
right, so the empty socket.
These are all
is-
empty, which
Oh, I see.
corresponds to these
Okay.
smaller boards
Okay.
here.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry, I was reading it right to left. Like, oh, this is what the gen lock video thingy majiggy does, and blah blah blah. Okay.
You can also tell that whoever's cable plant this was in, it wasn't a very clean cable plant.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Well, they let
I imagine they probably had carpet, lots of carpet.
Yeah.
The upside is in theory, I have contacts with people who have one of these units themselves, who might have some of these cards. So I may be able to
Ooh.
acquire the cards I need, or
Very nice.
borrow the card and clone it, because that's a
Ooh.
weird thing that
Yeah. The Genlock card
That's
is
a great
really cool
idea.
to have though, because then you can superimpose over
Yeah.
whatever.
Joe, new save search for these expansion cards. Yes. So it's missing those cards, which kind of gives me a sad, because the one card I really wanted, I believe it was the OLMG weather card. I have the instructions up. Stand by. I'm going to switch and see if we can look, because.
Okay, you do that. I'll be right back.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a very angry kitty here.
So
Yeah,
is
the options.
the weather card, is that something like what would be in the is it Tech Knight who has the weather station stuff?
Yeah, Tech Knight has all the Weather Star stuff, and this kind of product
Right.
helped influence that entire industry.
Gotcha. So
So
this is the
a very
predecessor.
similar unit to this ended up becoming the Weather Star product. There's some sort of weird connection there.
Okay.
Between
Sharing of
the
minds.
SpectraGen systems and the Weather Stars that I read about somewhere. So
Okay, cool.
the price of it was approximately $2,960 when it came out.
Oh, that's not as expensive as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I would think this thing would be at least 10 grand. It had to be. It's a piece of specialized hardware.
Now,
And
what's that?
We have to
two
acknowledge Bianca. Stand by.
for sure?
Hi, Bianca. You get a wow. Hi.
What year did it come out, Joe? Because what's that in for inflation then?
This unit came out, I believe, in 86-ish. Somewhere in that general vicinity. 86, 87. Yeah.
So in 87, 1986.
So, yes. Going back to the rate screen.
Yes. It's about $7,200 today.
Yes.
Oh,
Speaking of this gentleman named Jesse, hey, look, they're the ones who uploaded the manual for it. So apparently I have a new partner in crime or something. Anyway, so we're going to look at the appendix options real quick because they're really fascinating. The very first one is the IBM SG or SG IBM interface software. Apparently there was a software package that you could purchase that would allow you to communicate with this device over a serial bus.
Ooh, that's cool.
Which would be cool because of that. If I can get that working or reverse engineer it or something, I can send the thing remote commands and then connect it to the internet and let people like do things to it. That would be fascinating. So that's cool. And they have all these different types of versions. There's an update. Now this, I was doing some research last night. This version of the software right here, this ancient version, is non-extant. It is gone. There is an updated version made by the company because apparently this company still exists. They still make the units like this. Sorry, I'm reading the chat and getting distracted because ADHD. So there's like an updated version of the software, but like you have to install it from a special, the version that still works. You have to install it from a floppy disk, and it can only ever be installed from that disk once. And then I guess it destroys the disk when it installs it. So if I were to get the software for this, I would probably have to contact the company and say, I have an old unit. Can I just have the software? They might just give it to me. I don't know. I give it 5 minutes before the internet does something that requires Joe to put limits on said public access. 5 minutes after it's /dot data fruited. I don't freaking care. /dot it all you want. I'll put the entire unit. I'll put the server in the cloud somewhere and just have a local access port through VLANs and whatever. Go ahead, attack the crap out of it. Oh, it's doing bad things. I'll unplug it. Whoop-de-doo. If they didn't throw away all the copies, the other thing I can do is try to contact this Jesse gentleman and say, you wouldn't happen to have a copy of the old software because I have old DOS machines that I can use for this. Because I can like telnet into the DOS machine from a more update machine and use that to control the other software to whatever, So, but that's cool. I also had another feature called the public access feature, which speaking of what we were just talking about and letting people hack it, this public access feature allowed you to connect this unit to a modem, and it would recognize DMTF tones, and you could set it up to where anybody could just log into it and talk to it and program it publicly. I'm sure anybody who ever installed that very quickly disconnected it. Because from what I can tell, it has no access control whatsoever. You dial up the number and you can just tell the box what to do.
That seems unwise.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, next feature that's the public access again. Public access. We're not talking about that. We talked about all that. Okay. So here is the unit called WeatherView. WeatherView is the feature I would really love to have because it can connect to anemometers, moisture sensors, all of that stuff, so that you can have live weather. And that's what's really cool because this little TV over here, this TV over there, has screen burned the local weather stats for my town. Just burned into it because that's what it showed most of the time. So it'd be really cool to be able to at least have the cards, then I could reverse engineer the protocol and just like feed fake stuff into it, or have a script that could eat the data off the internet and like push it into there, or something like that. I don't know.
And there are no schematics, are there, for the cards?
No, there's nothing
no.
like that. But it requires the card, because it doesn't talk over serial to like an external box. If it did, it'd be great because we could just hack the serial protocol somehow and figure it out. We can dump the ROMs, reverse engineer the code, and figure out how it works. But that's not the case. It needs these special cards. So that would be some cool stuff to have. Other features. This is all this WeatherView stuff that we were just talking about, and like protocols and all this stuff. Now the box these boxes have on the back the ports to connect all these devices, all the barometer and anemometer and all of that stuff, but the card isn't there to do anything with it. It's just empty. So switches on how to do it. Offline message generator allows you to display a message to your viewers while you edit the pages in the character generator. Basically, if you're editing, you're hacking it, it'll show a default page so people can't see you editing what's happening on the screen. I just looked at Texscan site. It looks like a one-person operation now. They might get a kick out of hearing about this. Yeah, that'd be cool. What is the link to this document? Yes, I will drop a link in the comment doodles for you. So there's the link to what we're looking at right now. It's just on archive.org. But yeah, the offline message generator, that doesn't seem very important to me. I'm not very fascinated with that. So hasn't sent yet. We're not that far one bit.
So yeah. Joe, Colin of This Does Not Compute said, I just looked at the. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I mentioned that already.
Oh, okay. You? Sorry. I don't know.
I already said it. I already read it.
Okay.
Wake up, Trina.
Keep up, Trina. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I did at one point in the past contact them about 5 years ago saying, you wouldn't happen to have an old one of these units in your stock somewhere that I could just buy off of you? No response. They never replied. So.
They were probably too busy laughing to answer you.
Yeah. So the sideband decoder. So this is a cool thing too. The sideband decoder allows you to program an FM receiver. The weather package was actually $750 and was optional. Thank you. People are doing the research for me on the internet. Thanks. Good. Find me a card. So this sideband thing allowed you to plug a radio into it, an FM radio, and receive data traffic over FM radio effectively. It did, like, it was designed to satellite receive sideband carrier coming from baseband video. The module, blah, 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 blah. It basically allowed you to send data to the thing over radio. I don't know what you would use that for. I don't know. And then it also had the ability to have this like playback, this video playback controller to where you could like, I don't know, call in the system and request a video to be played or something. I don't know. But yeah. so that's all the cool features. The main thing I would really want would be the weather system, because that's what I really want to be able to show. Otherwise, it's just showing like basic titles, and it is what it is. So, yeah. So that's all of that. So, shall we get to it? Shall we plug it in?
Are you gonna take it out? I would take it out to your garage first and maybe
Clean it?
dust it out. Yeah.
Okay. If I do that, you can go with me with this camera with side cam. But the problem is I can't hear you. So
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about the computer I got from a customer yesterday.
Yeah,
Will you
do
do that?
Let me get a couple cans of compressed air.
How exciting, Trina.
I know, right? I can hear the excitement in your voice. Shut up, Adam.
It's almost as fun as recapping this power supply.
I didn't just do that. What are you talking about?
Do you not have an air compressor? Joe?
He said he can't hear us while he's doing things.
No.
What?
But do you not have an air compressor?
I do, but it's right here. It's in the shop here, and I don't want that dust in the shop.
No, but why don't you take the air compressor to the garage as well?
Because it is very much integrated down here on the bench.
Okay.
And weighs 8,000 pounds because it's a professional air compressor.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not some little tiny pancake thing. It's a big, like 10-gallon compressor.
Okay. No, I'm just trying to think of the environment. That's all.
10 gallons. You got to pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
You silly Billy. So let's grab.
Yeah, I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't know it was part of your bench. So makes sense.
Yeah, it's just.
It's holding up the bench.
And, yeah.
Joe is just trying to get rid of Joe for a while. I am not
tool I ever bought.
I am not just trying to get rid of Joe for a while. I'm just trying to get rid of him forever. I mean, oops, did I say that out loud?
Oh,
Joe, this is how they got the czar. Don't forget.
Hey, Trina, you know I've got a button, right? I got a button that just makes you go.
Yeah.
I just click
eject.
Love you,
Push
Joe.
the eject button.
So I'm going to move the camera real quick. I'll be right back. Here, go with me. Watch, everybody, as we take.
Ooh.
I have to change the camera in case I have like customers' addresses on sheets of paper or anything. Whee! Take a walk into across Joe's basement.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're getting this is like the MTV Cribs.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I've already
Joe's
been there.
car.
Joe's car.
What was it? A Honda?
I don't know. We went by it too fast.
It is.
Okay. And
First time I met Joe,
the floor.
we met halfway between his house and my house because neither one of us wanted to drive the whole way. So I don't want to dox his plate number, but it's very appropriate for Joe.
But Steve,
I don't care. Tell him my plate number. I'll show you my plate number. I show it off all the time.
But Steve,
6802 or something?
But Steve, if you've noticed, the big difference is that Joe can walk without jumping over things. Because Steve's like, I feel better. Really? I mean, you were saying in one of your streams, you're like, ow, my feet hurt from stepping on things. So, how? That's all I want to know. How? Oh, and by the way, love you, Steve.
Joe's plate number is one of these numbers here.
Okay. Oh, look at the dust.
That's disgusting.
Well, I mean, it is and it isn't. At least it's just dust. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Ooh, Joe just gave us a blowjob. See.
Careful now. Hot dust action.
Yeah, right.
Adam, you still smoke? You still smoke, right?
Yeah.
No. Check out this Robson vintage lighter I got today.
That thing is cool.
Louise.
Gotta fill it up.
It needs some butane. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to fill it up with no, it's lighter fluid, like old school lighter fluid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need one of those. My lighter ran out today. I have to get a new one. This power supply from this Apple II I got.
Yeah.
It's got a date stamp on the bottom. It says 1984.
Mm-hmm.
And most people will be like, wow, that's ancient. And in my brain, I was saying, wow, this is really new.
Well, for an Apple II, it is pretty new.
Yeah, it's an Apple II Plus, but
Yeah.
it's a pretty late one. Somebody's
Yeah.
been in it before. I can tell because they removed the rivets,
Oh.
but they didn't
Okay.
replace the reefer cap, and I turned it on, and it started crackling.
Uh-oh.
Let's see how much of this I can
So
show.
Oh, there we go. 6502. Nice, Joe. Well done.
Yeah, he's IFO.
So yesterday I had the other day a customer call me. They can't get into their Windows. We tried several things to reset the password because he's forgotten his password. Yeah, it's here to be reformatted.
Nice.
to do a
That's
fresh
an
install.
that's an Antec P190 case, isn't it?
Sure.
In
I had
silver.
no. It has like the whole front of its
A big
comes
door?
out. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the whole thing is a door.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to
Ta-da!
have one of those.
Yeah.
Mine was black.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Joe.
the case itself is black. It's just the
Yeah.
door is silver.
Yeah, mine was black on the door as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but he wants me to put in a video card. So I've
Cool.
done the. See, he has 4 spinning Rust drives, which I've tested, including an 80 gig, which I was like not hopeful for at all when I started testing it. Lo and behold, they all tested fine.
It's clean in theory.
Yay!
Figure out which way to go.
I
Yay.
couldn't get I couldn't get the other boards out because there's this plastic doodle in the way. And my tools aren't in the garage, if you can believe that.
Actually,
No
I was going to say,
doodles.
aren't your tools plastic anyway? But that's a whole different story.
Well,
Beep.
hold on, wait. What?
I was
My
making
your head.
tools are plastic.
Mind your head.
I'm making a bad sex joke. That's all.
Oh.
Your tools are plastic.
Uh-huh.
Jokes.
Exactly.
So
I won't
let's
deny
take
it.
this
Why doesn't that
weird
work?
level doodle out of here and
Have you
This is
have you
Joe.
punched it at him?
retention doodle.
There it goes.
All right. So let's see. If I
Yay!
Like-
Apple
Like
II.
the Apple II video.
Yep.
let's see here.
Look at that deliciously wonderful crappy Apple II video.
Yep. I have a time-based corrector here that cleans it up some, but I don't feel like putting it into the chain right now.
I picked up this evening.
What did you
Speaking
pick
of
up?
Apple II.
Ooh.
There we go.
Nice
that's
little
pretty
monitor
cool.
for my Apple II.
Yeah.
What kind is that? Electrohome?
Super.
Electrohome, yep.
Yeah, those are cool. We used to use those in video production back in the 80s.
That's
Why
what this
did
this is called. Camera 1 key. This was the key for a camera.
One of my
Why-
PVMs still has a engraved number on it that says camera 2, and I just leave that there because
Now
I
I'm
think it's
gonna
hilarious.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Why did I think that Electrohome was only Canadian?
Because you
Oh,
were
that's
wrong.
loud.
No, I know.
Yeah, no, they're around. They're just like crappy consumer electronics now, but they used to be actually like
Yeah, right.
all right.
So this is all the guys. I'm trying to go back here. All the guys drives. 1, 2. There's 2 SSDs and then 1, 2, 3, 4 spinners.
Who has
Sure.
spinners anymore?
Oh, this guy does.
Yep, if it's a medical monitor, it's technically not a PVM. Sony, when they made them in white, used different numbering. Smart battery. Ooh, that's good to have. Dallas clocks. Nice. Sure, those won't be any trouble at all.
Would you like a replacement, Joe? I'll send you one.
Or not even the regular dip packages, though. They're like some weird big thing.
Yeah.
So I can't put his video card in.
Put in a Trident card, see if it'll fit.
Yes. I agree.
I'm sure you can get one from Justin.
Yeah. No, the issue is that it requires a 6-pin, and I don't have a 6-pin
Isn't that
cable.
common, though?
Yeah, but this is a modular power supply.
Oh, so
Down
you
here?
probably...
I don't
Does
have
it-
the. But
so
he bought it here. He bought it already built, so I don't know if he has any extra cable.
so they probably just didn't need it, so they didn't include it. That's the one thing that's bad about those, is that if it's not in there, then you're screwed.
Yeah. Yep.
They do make clean builds, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So
Alright.
this was
Trying to
built
keep
by
myself muted
Canada
for a
Computers,
little.
actually.
So those are...
But most Most
Fork
builders
poles,
will
but
include a box.
plastic.
Yeah, they might have.
Joe, those poles are plastic on the corners.
Yeah, they're little push tabs that you twist, and it pushes against the edge, and it levers the board out.
Yeah, those are common for cards from that era, but usually they're metal.
Spared no expense.
I'm gonna have to do what Joe's doing and give the CPU a blowjob. It's a wee
Spared
bit.
no expense. Aren't those Ford Explorers? Some expense was spared.
I have to go find my disk controller. I'll be right back.
Whoa.
Trainer, are you doing that in your apartment?
I am doing it in my apartment.
So you're having someone else's skin fly around your apartment?
Yeah, whatever.
I'm gonna leave my Apple II running, so if it blows up while I'm gone, you guys can watch.
Oh, sweet.
I hope it blows up.
Oh,
Hopefully Joe won't pull it.
Blowing off the little sticker off of now a chip that I don't know where it went.
Oh, Joe, it's not worthless now. Throw it out.
Yeah.
It probably goes in.
So send it to
Goes right here.
123 Toronto Street, Toronto. Care of Trina. And they'll make sure I get it.
Queen of Toronto, Toronto, Canada.
Right. No. Do not say the Queen of Toronto, because we have our very right-wing crazy person.
Oh, that lady.
Yeah, who calls herself the Queen of Canada.
So this is what glue stick is for. We can just glue the thing right back on there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There we go.
Better than not. Yeah. We don't have what I want.
The 7-9 came off. Don't do it. Be good. Don't be bad. Be good.
Did you say the 7 of
7
9?
of no. Yeah, the board fell off.
No, the 7-9. The number 7-9 came off.
Oh, okay.
I heard 7 of 9.
That's what I heard too. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here's your 7 of 9. Comply. There you go.
Comply.
Oopsie.
Fun will now commence.
Fun will now commence.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
So, Joe, on a scale of 1 to Moopsie, how incredibly excited were you to get this?
2 Moopsies in a mating dance.
Oh, wow.
So not at all is what you're saying. Okay.
Like with a dash of like Klingon Pon Far or whatever it is, or not Klingon,
it's
Vulcan. Vulcan. Sorry.
Everybody, identify who doesn't know Star Trek in 3, 2, 1.
I've been watching Star Wars all day. I've been trying to catch up on the new Star Wars. What's it called? Ahsoka. Yeah.
Hey, look! There's a paperclip down in here. Let's get rid of that.
Aren't they on like episode 1002 by now or something?
No, there's only
Seriously?
10 episodes of this new show.
No. But I
That's
mean,
not gonna. That was a staple.
Yeah.
the original Star Wars was like episodes blah blah blah. Anyway, it was a joke that apparently died before
4, 5, and 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so bad it was premature.
Exactly.
Like so many things in men's lives, premature. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
Hence why. Anyway.
Sorry about the noise. What?
I like your air nozzle. That's a cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Woohoo. That actually moved the camera. Love it. Well, this is poopy. I want to put the card in, but I don't have what I want. Those are all SATAs.
You don't have any Molex to 6-pin?
Well, there's no Molex on it. It's all IDE. Or, sorry, it's all SATA. Yeah.
SATA. Gotcha.
Yeah. I have a Molex to the 6-pin. It'd be amazing if I had a Molex connector. Just
You don't have any. You don't have any power supply, modular power supplies you can steal the cables from. They're
no.
usually
Well,
pretty.
I
pretty
tried.
big.
I tried that once, and the
Ooh.
power supply caught fire. So I'm like, I'm never
Yeah.
doing that again. And really,
That was a dust elephant, not a dust bunny. That was a dust elephant.
I didn't see.
It was big.
Was it? Okay. But did it come out of the keyboard?
No, I think it came out of the case.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at this, going, how can I make this work? But I can't. Maybe if I
Justin,
look at it hard enough, it'll work.
Justin says that reminds me. I need to order paper clips. Who pays for paper clips?
And
You
Justin,
just get them at work.
And Justin, while you're ordering paper clips, maybe you want to order. Hold on.
Another Trident card.
No, not another training card.
Oh.
No. Something better.
I had to laugh out loud for the Trident card.
This Maxter 120 gig IDE drive, which has been tested and has been erased, and no,
Guaranteed to work for 5 minutes.
it's guaranteed to work as for 5 minutes.
Taillight warranty.
But that's what Justin needs to order, not paper clips.
The board that has the edge connectors on it, Joe, or not the edge connectors, but the actual whatever they're called, reminds me of the Commander X16, the blue colored board.
Mm.
I didn't realize blue PCB was a thing back then.
Yeah, I changed my camera around because I literally can't do what I was gonna do. Ooh.
Did you deoxit those connectors?
No.
Ah.
It's all right. Trust me.
It's all good.
I know. I'm gonna have to do a thing that I didn't want to do, and do this. There we go. Because those are very stiff connectors. Another thing I wanted to show you.
That's what she said.
That board's been reworked. If you can see the ick on the board.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Those
Wait,
are just some encoder switches.
I
Okay.
vaguely remember seeing boards like that had the
Um,
plastic clips on the board.
We have a bunch at the school that we took out of our old PA system, and it was actually powered by a 386. I have a picture of it somewhere, but it's got a CPU board with a 386.
So look at those wonderful lithium batteries,
Dallas Smart
Uh-huh.
batteries.
and look how they're not destroying the board at all.
Interesting.
According to the manual, those are replaceable.
Is that
How
a
or
screw
what? I
that we
don't know.
see?
That's the thing.
Is the little hole got a screw in it? Is that a screw that's through the little hole?
No, it's just a hole.
Just a hole. Okay.
Yeah, I guess these are little lids that can pop off, and the battery's inside there.
Oh, so you might just be able to replace the battery.
Only ever replace one battery at a time,
Oh.
because they work together to keep the system running.
Right.
So,
You'll
like,
forget.
the thing has, when you program it, if the batteries work, if you shut it down and turn it back on, it remembers all the settings. So
Of course.
you don't have to reprogram it every time.
Why don't you just write it to NVRAM?
Well, because that's not how they did it.
I know.
Hey, Tech
Hey,
Knight.
Tech Knight's here.
Night.
Yeah.
Tech Knight, find a weather card for this, would you?
Yeah. Hey, Tech Knight, tell Jesse I need a weather card for this.
And if he only has one, Joe will clone it.
Yeah. As well as the
I got
other
color.
2 missing ones.
Color works. Apple II color is always a gamble.
Color. Air quotes.
But
if you turn on the color burst signal, you'll get something resembling color.
Yes.
Sort of.
Call it was color.
Hey, it works. It's
Or
how
in
my
Canada,
PC one
it's
does it.
in Canada it's color.
I was going
Right.
to say, but it's spelled correctly with a U. So
No, it's spelled as, if you're trying to say color, it's spelled correctly.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
speaking
velour,
of-
not velour.
speaking of
Jesse said
games,
he doesn't have one.
Oh.
He has one.
Yeah, but Justin, NTSC is already bad enough. This is pseudo NTSC.
Well, that sucks.
By the way, this batch of Apple IIs I got came with something like 100 PC floppy disks.
Nice. I don't know what you're going to use them for, but
I'm
nice.
just going to lay that kind of
Joe
on
gave me an
there.
8088 machine a while back. I haven't played with yet. Maybe it'll work on that.
Maybe. Are they
Yeah.
are they 144 or are they 720?
They appear to be double density, most of them, and a lot of them that are original say for IBM PC XT AT, that generation.
Gotcha.
So they should be for fairly old stuff. There are a few. Well, most of the discs are pirated or copies, and the few that have a factory label on them are high density. So,
they'll make them work.
Yeah, if not, I can just the ones that are double density, I wipe them and make them Apple II discs.
Right.
Shall we plug it in, turn it on, see what happens?
Yeah.
Yes. Hit record. Somebody hit record.
Well, technically it's a live stream, so
StreamYard is recording it.
I have this screen. This screen will be the one that's plugged in.
Why aren't we plugging in the other one?
I like how it says needs to be recapped.
That if I plug in, I should be able to do it. Yeah.
You have to recap it though. There's somebody named Joe.
But it says, it says Joe needs to be recapped.
Yes.
Or does Joe need to be recapped?
Yes.
Maybe Joe needs to be recapped.
Monitor and Joe.
Yes.
Do Joe first.
Let's do this. Because I also want to be able to pipe it directly to the video out to the stream so you can see.
Okay.
Dude, that thing is huge. It's like the size of what, like an Apple III?
It's big. Yeah. Ready?
Yep.
Let's turn on the TV.
Okay.
Let that warm up and it works.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yes. Is that composite out to that TV?
Yep. It's composite.
Wow.
Because it's made to run on the cable plant. It just injects directly into the cable plant.
Today on channel 29.
Awesome.
Yep. And here's what it looks like for real.
Oh.
Okay.
That's nice.
That's really cool.
I like that keyboard crawl region 4.
It is very clear for composite.
Yeah, it is really clear.
January 1st. Happy New Year, everyone! It's January 1st, 1986.
So now you know when they released it, or they were planning to release it. 1986.
I get born in 2 days. Yay!
You're not even around yet.
Oh, the batteries must be dead.
I'm a junior in high school.
I was playing with it prior. I need to find the button. I believe it would be that button. And you can see in the upper left corner, warning, low batteries.
Low battery addition to the function and operating procedure?
It's just overlaying warning low batteries in the upper left corner.
Okay.
To tell you, it'll show that the first time you go in there when the batteries are low. In theory, there's an LED on the board if I'm really careful, because remember we didn't screw it back together. The battery fail light here should be lit up. You guys can't see it. Side. This LED should be lit up saying the battery is dead, but it's not.
But maybe the LED is dead.
So, yeah, I don't know. I wonder how those Dallas chips can be modded. Technite, according to the documentation I was reading, yes, I read a large part of this 300-page manual because I'm crazy. You can just replace the batteries. You can just replace them. So I think those two modules, they had those little plastic, I think they're little plastic clips that you can take the lids off of. I think there's a battery inside. If that's the case, I just got to find out how it's done, and I can very easily modify that, run a wire out some to the side here where I can get access to the batteries and whatever. But the low battery light is all for all I know, the batteries have just enough charge for the light not to turn on.
Yeah, it could be because it's
not saying warning dead battery. It's saying warning low battery.
Low battery, yeah. So it might just have enough oomph to go, oh, we don't need to turn the light on.
And there's no data in the system. It's the default, but that may only be because it was cleared before they sold it off. They went into the menu and boom and defaulted it. I don't know. It would have been really cool to have the actual data, because then we would know where it came from, right?
So Joe, just a question. The TV kind of looks fuzzy on the stream. Is that just the stream?
That's the connect. No, that's the connector.
Okay.
The connector going to that TV's garbage is what it is. Also, that TV's garbage. It's
Yeah, we're getting some
It's-
artifacting because of the camera, and then plus
what
more,
like
more
this
AFX.
moire pattern down
Yeah.
here. That's just the aperture grill of the TV is just
Right.
interfering.
Yeah, but I could see it kind of flickering. That's why I was wondering if it was.
But there it's
Yeah.
perfect.
That's perfectly
right,
clear.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got, if you look like on the E's, it's got little blinkies sometimes.
What the amazing part is that it was never that clear when it was on television.
Oh hell no. Sure wasn't.
Oh, Jesse's here apparently.
Jesse's here.
Well,
Hey, I can talk now. Hello. Hi, Jesse. Change the paradigm. Step away from the box. That old T-Mobile commercial.
right.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, try
We live in
video,
Canada. We didn't get it.
Television clear. It's just connector. I have a super janky homemade splitter back here, and it's just dumb. It doesn't. It's not.
Hey,
very
speaking
good.
of Canada, can I ask Trina a Canada question real quick?
You can ask
Okay.
me a
Whether
Canada
people
question
are
too.
dating. WXTV is here too. Hi.
I bought
All of us
something from
other
somebody
people are
in
here.
Canada.
Yes. Bring your
Okay.
friends.
Yeah.
Where's Thunder Bay, Ontario? Do you know?
Really far north in Ontario.
Yeah.
And then where's Concord, Ontario?
It's like
Not as far north.
Okay. Well, should it make sense for it to take from 10.5 to 10.11 to get to between those two places?
If it's going Canada Post, yeah, because it's probably got to come on like.
This is UPS.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. I'm just.
What'd you
like,
buy? Anything good?
It's 2 Apple II motherboards.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow, you can actually overwrite what's on the screen.
Yeah.
Imagine the fun you could have if you broke into a cable company during a live stream.
exactly.
Phone in its cable
Yes.
box.
Yeah.
Hey, fellow weather people who are in the chat. Hi, any of you, if you've not seen my stream before, my name's Joe of Joe's Computer Museum. I play with old computers and sell more blue scuzzies than I know what to shake a stick at. If any of you have the weather interface card for an MSI, Texscan, MSI, Compuvid, SpectraGen 4B, hit me up, because it's the only thing that's missing from this that I actually want. I want to be able to set this thing up to get actual weather data somehow. If I have to reverse and engineer the protocol, that's fine, but I need the card to be able to ingest the data so that I can run this on the internet 24/7, 365 with local weather for the hell of it, because it would be fun. So if you got the parts, hook me up. As you can see, I've got the hardware needed to get it onto the internet. So that's the thing. I wish we had one too. That's what I do with the 4000. Yep. All the ones I know of have none of the option boards. Yeah, that's the problem. See, you know what? If I knew who acquired all of the old hardware from the local cable company when they switched, I would contact that person and say, hey, do you have the original box? Because that would be even cooler. But that stuff has been gone since 1999-ish. 89,
likely
90,
recycled.
91.
It's likely recycled at this point.
Yeah.
So what did they go to after? Did they go to the Amiga setup?
What's that?
Did they go to the Amiga setup afterwards? Do you know what they went?
Yes, they went to the original, like the Amiga. What do you want to call it? The scrolling text that scrolled up that showed all the channel data.
Right.
I don't know what that
guide
was called. Yeah, it was which eventually ended up becoming the preview guide hardware, which then became the preview channel, which was bought by TV Guide, which then was sold to somebody else, and now who knows? Who freaking knows? Yeah.
By the way, Micro Hobbyist said find the schematics of the system and I'll make one.
Yes. Jesse, I was mentioning earlier on the stream, your video of one of these units 9-10 years ago was what led me to be able to identify what this unit was from our local cable company when I was 8 years old, to be able to go on a hunt and be able to find one and get one eventually. So thank you very much for uploading that to YouTube, because the only thing I knew nothing about it other than what it looked like. And I saw your video. I'm like, that's it. That's exactly what it is. So thank you very much. Yeah, the TV Guide channel in our head-end ran an Amiga. Yep, that was pretty common. And then they eventually like converted it to. It eventually went to like Windows NT or something like that. But nobody liked it because it broke all the time.
No,
I've read
that never happened.
that. No.
Windows NT never had any problems. Fake news.
So
Wait, just
Yeah, there
you don't even need to add NT. Just go. Windows has never had a problem.
Yeah. There's what I was talking about. There's that connection. This SpectraGen is the sister to the WeatherStar, so they used a lot of the similar technology,
Gotcha.
right? So this is kind of like the predecessor to that.
Would a WeatherStar card be a similar design?
I think they're different enough that it's not going to work. It was like they used a lot of the technology and the stuff they learned to make this unit, and they came out with the dedicated just weather head-end unit, right? It had different graphics capabilities. I think like the second or third version, you could actually put graphics on the screen, whereas this is text only with like text block graphics, kind of like a Commodore, like a PET, so that's what that is. But the fact that I got this unit now is great. Here's my next question for anybody, for those of you in the chat, all you wonderful weather people. Do any of you have a copy of the Windows, or not Windows, of the PC software, the SGIBM, or any of that stuff that goes to this unit, so I can, I don't know, program it remotely using a computer? Anybody got any of that? I did a quick internet search and didn't find it. Doesn't surprise me. I also did another search, indicated like the moment you installed it from the floppy, it destroyed the floppy. So that's why nobody has it, because there's no floppies.
Oh shit.
Jesse said, I would love to find it too, but never found it.
All my hopes dashed. Well, Jesse, now we're in the same boat. So if I ever find it, I'll make sure you get a copy.
So Jesse, no offense, but did you only come here to give like Joe more heartache? Like,
yeah, he's getting.
You don't have the board. You can't find the software. Like, seriously, you're just giving him more heartache.
So let's actually look at this wonderful document uploaded by Jesse. I want to look at the SG. It's all the way back here. I went too far. Appendix A.
So you said it talks over like a serial protocol?
Yeah, it just talks right here over serial. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the machine's got an RS-232 port in the back of it. So it's just software and a cable. So you're supposed to be able, it doesn't say anything about any hardware cards or any of that stuff you need to do. Oh, this unit also apparently has external disk capability. It'd be cool if we had some of that hardware. I don't know. I guess when you get the chance, just back up the ROM so we can compare a difference with Jesse's system. Yes.
I was just about to point out that comment, but you beat me to it.
Yeah. WXTV, we will find the software. We just have to manifest it. Yes. We'll make software.
No, this just 2 card makes the machine not boot. That's just
this is cool. I apologize if I make noise. I'm going to turn my fan on. I'm overheating a little bit because I'm like super pumped about this stupid little box.
It's funny. You're over hot, and I'm sitting here in a hoodie going, I can't get warm.
Joe, when you get too hot, the best thing to do is to lift yourself up about 3 or 4 inches off the desk and just drop you. That tends to reseat all the chips.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're an
Texscan to upload our current data to another Texscan running in the head end. Yeah, and I was reading that in the documentation too. You can set up one unit as a control board to remote into the other machine. Yellow.
And how does that do that? Over serial?
I suppose so. I don't know. I haven't like gone through every single one of the 256-page manual. I kind of
look, Joe. It's a disk 2 of death. If you plug this disk drive into your Apple II, it makes it not power on. My favorite part is in the bottom. Somebody wrote "working."
It probably was Adam when they wrote it.
Yeah, like in 1987.
That allows me to just change between the two. That allows you to invert the 2 colors.
Well, that's cool.
Yes.
Oh, they use an acoustic modem 2.
So the one that says not working does not do that problem.
The O key on this needs.
Is it possible the label fell off?
No, it's written onto the metal chassis. So.
Oh.
Let's see if this actually breaks.
I think. Oh, okay. Now that I've read the rest of this, it makes sense. I was trying to figure out what an SNG was.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know if this disc is any good.
We can set events. We can do whatever batch means. Batch is the way you load in stuff from the outside, I think.
I would say so because it says transfer, so it would make sense.
Yeah. Edit, set, WTR, weather menu select, 1.
And
apparently I can just tell it, I can just write crap into it. This is the weather menu.
Yeah, what I want to know is why is the temperature in, oh, it's in Fahrenheit. Sorry, I thought the up arrow was a T. I'm like, why is it in feet? But sitting back, it looks like FT. Like, it's 47 feet is the temp. What?
Joe, on page, I think it's 11, there's a 1-800 number if you need support.
The high is 299 degrees, low is 4. So I'm just going to be the meteorologist right now. Wear sunscreen. Lots of it. If you're going out, and make sure to take water. Since the temperature is now 299 degrees.
Yeah, I'm weird. Edit takes me back out. Trying to remember how to get back into the run. How do we make it show the stuff?
Press the next page key, maybe. What does that do?
I'm trying to find it.
Oh.
These are instructions.
Basically, okay.
What that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Invalid page number. Great. Resume.
Reach the end of the.
There we go.
Well,
so
we got
the weather.
Yeah.
I have the weather programmed in there with random stuff, but I haven't
assigned a number.
It.
My grandmother used to watch this channel.
Warning: low batteries.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, old people love the Weather Channel.
Yeah, my grandmother used to watch the channel all the time. Primarily because they played country and western music, which was her favorite genre. So.
Someone is selling a remote keyboard for that unit, Joe. They only want $1,500 US for.
What a bargain!
Make an offer of $1.50.
Software version 5.3. What do you all guys have on your systems? On our head end, we got FSK weather data from an analog audio subcarrier. Yeah, that's that. Where did we see that in the manual? That was the stand by. I'm looking for it. It's the not the offline message generator, the sideband decoder. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let me check out what I'm gonna start watching, and then I'll watch it tomorrow. I'll watch it tomorrow at work, Justin. But I'm gonna start playing it so that I can get it into my history. So I can just go into my history at work and be like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to see that."
History.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn how to set it up, but it's gonna be cool. This is literally exactly what I remembered as a kid. That brown, they never changed the colors in the default system.
Of course not.
the green scroller at the bottom, the date and time at the top was that brown color. It's exactly as I remember it.
This Franklin disk drive has the X on it, and there's no cable, so I'm assuming it doesn't work.
Joe, so the bigger question is, where is this going to reside in the basement? Because it's quite
my Better
large.
7/8 doesn't know that yet. So once they figure that out, I'll figure that out.
Okay.
I've already been told I'm not allowed, but we'll find out.
Cannot have
I
this
definitely
thing that
want
you
to
already
recap
have.
the power supply and all of that stuff, even though it looks like it's perfectly fine. The fan is noisy, so I might want to put a new fan in it. Just some basic maintenance, you know. So January 1, 1986.
By the way, Justin, I just watched what you shared to me. Yeah, it was like 15 seconds. I like loaded up and it went 15 seconds. All right, I can quickly watch this. It's hilarious, though. That's good.
Yes. What's this eBay link somebody sent? Oh, it's the keyboard. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. So if anybody wants the remote keyboard, it's on sale on eBay right now for $1,500.
What a bargain.
Yeah, a good deal.
Can you make an offer?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Let's click the link here. Buy it now, add to cart, make offer. Make offer, yeah, $5.
Yeah, there you go.
I have a keyboard.
An 80.
It's right here.
Yeah, it's built in.
So
does it look? Oh, so I'm not going to bother looking at the eBay listing. I'm just going to ask you: does it look the same as what's built in?
Yeah. It's pretty much. It's just the same, and it just comes in. It's this exact same keyboard in a metal case that looks just like this, and it's got like a 25-pin cable coming out of the back of it.
I'd imagine so they can keep that unit in one room and then program it from another room.
Yeah. So I would love to work with literally any of you cool weather people that are watching right now. Thank you all for stopping in and taking a look. I do appreciate that. Very helpful. On figuring out some way for me to bang data into this thing from the outside. Like if I can somehow be able to because I can go to what button was it? It was the set weather menu select. Like I can go in and I can put data in there. You can't see it. It lets me do that. Can I do that from the outside? Because if I can do that from the outside by some other way, I can write any old number of Python scripts or CCC, TWC, thank you, to be able to do the thing. Like if anybody knows any way for me to do that or has an idea or thought, that's great. If not, whatever. Plug in the serial and start mashing keys. There's a chance it has help on the serial port. Yeah, it's possible. Sounds like Joe finally used to come to VCF East and bring that box when the Weather Star peeps are here. Yeah.
Oh, so I did have a suggestion for how you can remote into it from the outside. Buy the $1,500 keyboard.
Yeah, no.
And then technically you're typing from the outside.
And then I wire up something that mashes the keyboard matrix intersections to program it remotely. I could do that. That would be the absolutely dumbest way to do it, but it's just a serial connection to the keyboard. I can literally just whatever. Technite, they're Z80 based. It is a Z80 based machine. Yeah. So Z80 is not too terrible. It's 8-bit code. It's good enough it's easy enough code that if we were to get a yank of the data out of the ROMs, which I plan to do to preserve that data, if we get a yank of that data out of the ROMs, we might be able to reverse engineer it and figure out that weather screen. How do we poke the weather screen? And we might be able to create a new card that's just some sort of serial interface card that just puts data right at the machine. It does the thing. Nice. It seems to me like all these external interface cards are specifically designed to just tell the machine to go do the thing. When you look at the standby, when you look at all the instructions for all this stuff as well, they tell you in many of these sections that when you install so and so card, I'm looking for where it shows it. I must have gone right past it. It shows a picture somewhere here. Standby. Yeah, here, listen to this. Yeah, here we go. So click that one, do this, and then go to large mode. So like right down in here, at least for this part, I swear I saw it somewhere else in the instructions. There are these jumpers on the back plane that tell the system that there are certain features installed. So I think when it does that, when it pulls this port or whatever, and so then it knows how to talk to or it knows that there's a device there, and the hardware then knows to go out to that device to get the data that it needs. And so it's just a factor of like reverse engineering how that does the thing and whatever. I wonder if what if a Z80 homebrew computer were able to be modified to run the ROMs from that spec? Probably, in theory, but you're also needing to reverse engineer the video generator because it has its own, lack of a way to put it, got its own video card in it. And it needs to have that hardware in there in order to show anything on the screen, right? So you could throw the ROMs at a Z80, but who knows? It also, for all we know, it could have like layers of bank switching. Like it runs 64, a base 64K to do this XYZ, then it might swap into a completely different bank to do something else, edit this, that, and then go back. Does yours have the rotary switches on the CPU board for the NOAA stocks? Yes, Jesse, it does have the rotary switches for that. And it looks like they were replaced at some point because the bottom side of the board, it looks like some repair work was done. Like the switches were done. So if you go all the way back to like 15 minutes, 20 minutes in, you'll see where I took it apart and have that.
It was a half an hour in when you started taking apart.
I don't know.
Well, somebody went on a
Joe's trying. Trina. Joe is trying to get view hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Yeah, that works.
Quiet, you.
Adam,
Yeah,
I got to tell you, I found a video you're gonna have to watch when you're done. The 8-bit guy just dropped a video about how the Apple II works, and I know you're just so excited to watch it.
Hey, I'm on that video.
Are you?
Provided some B-roll, I think.
In there a couple times.
Cool.
Showing his B-roll.
So what I want to see from Adam is like what Steve did to that one video about older apples or something like this, and he did the rant / review of that video.
Yes.
I want to see the same from Adam after watching the Apple II video and be like, "This is what's wrong."
Oh, that's where that went. You mean like a comment video?
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Which hardware are at what address on the SpectraGen? Yeah, and that's the thing. So if the baked-in ROM on the unit has all of the code required, then the code should be able to some extent tell us what we need here. Like I'm commenting on what Tech Knight is talking about.
Oh.
You know that.
I just want to quickly say good night, Frank.
Good night, Frank.
Oh, hi, Frank. Bye, Frank. Joe, this.
Yes, there will be more coming to this. There will be. I'm gonna get it up and running. I guarantee it. First things first, I got to learn how to program it, play with it. Then I've got to get it to where it saves the data. Then I need to find a way to remotely program it. So yeah.
And then you got to make a floppy interface for it.
This really weird feeling that you can remotely program it straight over the serial port.
And Steve, just a quick question. Just a quick question for Steve, because he said it was a rebuttal. But what's the difference between a rebuttal and old man in his basement shaking his fist at a cloud? That's all I want to know.
There's no difference.
Okay.
They're the same picture.
Exactly.
These MSI floppy drives, they must have a track 0 sensor because they don't do the blah, 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 when you boot them.
About 1,600,000 subscribers.
Wow.
What did I just hear? I was off on my own world. Did you guys have a fun joke and I missed it?
Yeah, so I was talking about Steve's video where he went on a bit of a rebuttal, we'll say, to quote Steve. on a video about why do people use older Macs and blah blah blah, and, issues with the video.
Right.
And he said it was called a rebuttal, and I went, "What's the difference between a rebuttal, an old angry man in his basement shaking his fist at a cloud?"
Yeah.
And then he said about 1,600 subscribers. So
16,000.
16,000
I get
subscribers.
Yes.
Yeah,
You mostly can do serial. These were able to somehow get NOAA weather wire data and AP Newswire data somehow. Yes. And there are pins on the back that just show NOAA and like AP and UPI. They've got these like different ports on the back where you can.
Okay.
So when I worked at the LA Times, we used to receive AP and UPI feeds over these old modems that were so hilarious because they were not only like 3 or 1,200 baud, but they had wood grain finish on them. So LGR would have loved them. But they had a serial output that you could basically plug into whatever data acquisition system you had, and then it would just say, "Here's what's going on in the world," whatever kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a weather feed.
By the way, Sloopy wants to see a stream of Adam watching BBG's A2 video. So
8BG, 8-bit guy.
oh, sorry, I'm leaning back. So yeah.
I don't even know if I want to watch that at all, let alone do it on a stream.
Oh, on a stream would be amazing. We'll get you. Listen, we'll get a couple of beer into you.
Yeah, great. You told me not to do that anymore.
Yeah, on our streams, do it on your own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Drunken 8-bit guy review. Go.
Yeah, exactly.
I am reading this manual live on stream. I am that much of a freaking nerd.
You could be the Adam. You could be the 8 beer guy.
The 8 beer guy. There you go.
Yes. Hey, this Apple II works.
Nice.
Yay!
Where
Non-enhanced.
did you get that one from, Adam?
So how many do you have now?
This 2E came from the same guy in Buffalo. I went out there and got a whole carload full of stuff on Monday.
Nice.
Let's see, this one I have a diagnostics card for.
Initialize and store weather.
See how much clearer the video is from the 2E versus the 2 Plus?
Yep.
Set weather.
Why is that?
It's because they actually cleaned it up and they put a proper, almost proper NTSC video system in, but still, they still made it so it could utilize the weird color fringing deal that was used to make colors, but a much smoother signal with much fewer components.
Gatbomb wants to know how long was the drive, Adam?
It was an hour and a half each way.
Oh, not bad.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, he actually lived sort of on this side of the city, so it's just I-90 straight over there. He was like a mile from the interstate.
Okay.
I was probably like 10, 15 miles from the Canadian border. Because at that point when I got back on, it was like Erie this way, Canada that way.
Should have come on over, Adam.
Yeah.
I don't have a valid passport right now.
That's all right.
That's
Well, listen, I'll just be at the border going, I vote for you.
Yeah. That's
Watch the top. Watch the top. Watch the red bar at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you change the color?
Oh, just hold on. It'll change.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh, all dead.
Somebody's
Cool. So now I just need to be able to get that data into the system live. You know?
So, Joe, a series of robots to push the keyboard.
Yeah. Fancy. The low battery warning is gone.
On it?
Yeah. The low battery warning, Rupnik Racing, the low battery warning only shows up the first time you go into the edit menu on Power Up. It will not show up again. I read about that in the documentation.
That makes sense.
High of 299. Yeah, I just entered random crap tech night. I just like, hit.
Yeah, that's why I was saying earlier, make sure you have your sunscreen and plenty of water. Because today's high is 299 degrees. Yeah, might get a little crispy up there.
They don't want to
and a low of 4. That's a pretty big spread.
Right.
Here you go. Tech Night has the right joke.
Warm and moist. Yeah. There you go.
Moist,
299 might unfreeze you by that point.
Yeah.
Bring up the sequence creed. We have the sequence menu. Yeah. So sequence.
I got a few video games the other day.
Sequence for region. So it's region 1 to region 3.
I'm going to run a RAM test on that empty RAM card.
Got a copy of Camelot.
Okay, this is
And
impossible. The 64K RAM card, it passed the memory test.
How's it impossible? Was it bad?
Well, it's empty
Well,
RAM.
MT RAM, it's
Right.
usually just bad.
Oh, right. It's just bad. Yeah, bad out of the box.
Yeah, it is Apple labeled MT RAM, but it's the same stuff they put in the Apple IIc, and those are always, usually at least 25% of them are bad. Oh.
Okay, so we got the temperature.
Yes, Curtis. Gold Rush was a Sierra game.
So what? Oh, what system are they for?
Well, that
by
doesn't
the way?
work.
They're all for the IBM compatible, but there's
Okay.
just lots of Tandy stickers on them. So
Yeah, cool.
I assume they were bought by Radio Shack. Gold Rush. Ooh,
How come the box
Sierra.
art looked always so amazing back then, and then you played the game and not so much?
Well, I mean, look at those graphics.
Neat.
I just enjoy it. Comes with a 19.
Wow. So
Sweet.
somebody's been playing. The wind is between 0 and 99 miles per hour. Wow.
Holy God.
Well, it's just random crap.
No, I
put
know.
in. I just filled in. Yes.
Humidity 87%. What are we in Key West?
I would hate to feel 299 degrees temperature with an 87 humidity.
The funny thing
And
is,
160 kilometer an hour wind.
yeah, you go to this. So it's there. If you turn this off, and that text used to sit in that exact same place right here on the screen.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Right there.
Yeah, with a 99.99. I think it might rain. WXTV.
But it's so hot, it'll just boil off again.
Right?
420.69 inches of rain. Yes. Oops.
A lot of rain.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. It just works. Dude, it's great.
That's awesome.
Here, I wanted to do edit.
Joe's figuring out the keys now. Look at this, reading the manual.
Load page.
I know, right?
Page 1.
I should have worn my shirt from the other night. It says RTFM on it.
Yep.
Where's the previous page? How do I get it? How do I get back?
I like Scarlett's
I don't
story.
know.
It's 299 Kelvin.
Oh.
I like Triple C's. I like Triple C's joke. I need a boat. Noah guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here, I need to change the tint.
But that joke makes.
Oh, by
That
the
joke,
way,
that's a double joke because it's Noah as in the ark, but it's also NOAA, which is the weather. That's double. That's awesome.
Jared should be using
Double
Star
whammy.
Trek units to measure. Yeah.
by the way,
It's 328 Kelvin.
Joe,
Yes.
Gutbomb said that he is. I'm so happy that it works.
That one works.
Thank you, Gutbomb. I almost called him Buttgum.
Fuck.
Thank you, Gutbomb. You get a woot for that.
Well, it's no worse than
Yeah.
me calling hobbyist microbiologist the other night
Yeah.
on the stream.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah. For like 3 hours.
So
3
did you
hours.
get
You
Gutbomb's
did
question?
that for.
He says, since you have the Genlock card, can you feed a VCR or camcorder or something into it and then overlay?
In theory, yes. I would have to read the instructions on how to do that. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can
So
do it with my
using the
Apple
red
II.
green
If I can do it with my
screens.
Apple II, you should be able to do it with that thing.
Oh, hey,
It
there we
freaking
go.
works. Woot. Hey, look.
Yeah.
Yay! And you get a woot. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. Thank you for your continued membership on my channel.
Yay, Justin.
So Joe, are you going to be texting the better half and be like, "Sorry, I won't come to bed. I won't be in bed tonight because computer."
Yeah. I'm gonna it'll be 2 o'clock, and I'll wake them up, and they'll be like, "What are you doing? Why are you waking me up?"
Who are you? Get out of here.
Yeah, right.
Luckily, you have RF demodulator.
Wait,
boards.
don't tell Joe that you're here. Look, don't.
Yeah, what was I doing? I'm trying to get this screen I'm trying to change the color. I'm trying to edit this actual screen, this region. Stand by. Not right screen. It can. So the red video, where the temperature is between the brown bar and the green bar, I'm trying to change the color of that. But I don't know how to edit it. Like if I go to edit, I don't know how to like. Recall. Here we go. There we go. So now I can change the colors.
You can have red or red.
Whatever kind of red you like.
Right.
Okay. What was it, Henry Ford? You can have any color you want as long as it's black.
That's what I want. Mm-hmm.
Yes. This drive is very dirty.
moment.
Stored?
I don't know if I want to put a disc in this.
Now it's the correct color. That's the color it
Oh,
was
wow.
when I was a kid. It was purple.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Purple.
That is some neon late 80s, early 90s fabulous right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. New member, Micro Hobbyist Retro Homebrew Computers. Woo! And we'll even do a Steve. We'll do a Steve.
Ooh.
There you go. Except I have the actual button for it. Ha ha! My eyes! Yeah. That's just the colors they used. That's just what it was.
So
I think the bottom scroller was also.
I find it interesting that when it goes back to titles region 1, it goes back to red, but then when it comes up with the temp, it reads the main body color.
Right.
Like
because what it's doing is those 4 regions, each of those 4 regions can be assigned a page or a series of pages.
Okay.
So like if I were to go to edit, sequence for region, say region 1, that's the top region, enter. It starts at 0 and it goes to page 1, right? Page 0 are the titles, and page 1 is the weather thing.
Okay.
Right, so it's switching between those two. So if I wanted it to end at 0, I would do the 0, and it would just do 0. And then we did resume. And the top should not change; it should just stay stuck now. Yep, it's just staying at 1.
Yep, Pepto-Bismol Weather Channel.
Nice day on Venus. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pepto.
This is cool. So we can go to edit.
You're still getting that warning low battery though every time you go into edit.
Did it actually show that?
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Okay, so it's still there. I'm gonna hit resume. That is, we want to hit sequence, edit sequence, region 4. It'll tell me the page it is. It's page 3 to 10. Okay, so we can do resume, and then we do edit, recall, page 3, and that's what's on the keyboard crawl.
Okay.
So we can do.
The Moopsie has escaped. I repeat, the Moopsie has escaped.
Yeah.
Oh well. Hey, Gut Bomb, if you're still there, the 5 1/4 inch drive you gave me works really well.
There's a way to set the font color specifically. Just the font. Or just the line, not the whole page. Because I wanted to like make it bright red and flashing. Anyway.
You should put it all in caps, red alert. And then have it flashing in red.
The eject button even is like nice and silky smooth. Oh, it's a good one. What?
That's what shows are typing.
Oh.
Oh, I wasn't looking. Please run, don't walk to your nearest exit. It doesn't auto turn.
That's awesome.
He has escaped. Please run, don't walk.
Is that a lower decks thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oopsie.
Oopsie.
I literally fell out. I was upstairs on the couch watching that, and I fell off the couch when that came up. Oh, the Moopsie's loose! He's like, the swamp gobblers just gobble you. The Moopsie drinks your bones. And Mariner's like, how can something drink bones? And then the Moopsie climbed up on top of the swamp gobbler, bit it, and like turned it into a husk of like skin. And Mariner's like, oh, everybody run!
And then the main guy was like,
fell off the freaking couch. It was hilarious. I loved it.
like, you have nothing to worry. You're just a big piece of corn.
Yeah.
The main guy.
So guess
First
what, Adam?
$5
We don't have to watch the episode because they're just going to tell us the entire plot.
I only told you the Moopsie part.
Yeah.
There's a
There's
whole
lots more of that episode.
You
I'm not
might
worried
as well
about
just
spoilers.
start at the beginning and go all the way through it. You Joe, and
That's the only part I remember
Ryan
because that's the
can-
funny part.
Oh,
yeah.
Moopsie.
funny.
So we need
So
to go to,
I got 3 of these drives for $5 each
go to
at VCF.
edits.
I'm just now trying them.
Oh, cool.
And they work good? Or
Well, the
so
first
far?
one, well, Gupbomb sent me one. That one works. The first one from VCF, I
Warning,
just
low
tested
battery's great.
It works. Now I'm trying the second one. This one still has part of the standoff from whatever computer they ripped it out.
Cool. Freebie.
And it's the, what do they say? It's
That
like the
works.
lines on the right, I think, is the line page key. Yes.
Hey, this one works too.
Yeah, those are just the arrow keys I'm using to move around.
So did you pay? Sorry, you said you picked up.
Oh, that
5,
just moves
was
the
it,
entire
at
page right.
VCF Midwest.
I got 3 of these DV19
Where'd my
floppy
data
drives, and I got 2
Oops.
I
can just
3.5s that came
Okay.
from the file that Chris had.
Oh, it saved it.
Okay.
Great.
Speaking
And I
of
have not
Chris,
tried those yet either.
I know he's not watching, but I owe a thanks to Chris. He bought one of my cards today. And
Nice.
I
Oh,
took off
there
to
is
him.
one thing. There is one thing wrong with the Gutbomb one is it's missing a foot.
Oh,
That's no big deal.
well,
Listen,
throw it out.
I would be asking for my money back right away.
Well,
Yeah,
he sent it to me
100%.
free, so
I would be
Well-
asking for my money back.
I would sue him for damages.
no,
You're
it's
like,
fine.
listen,
I've got
I have a receipt here for $50. I don't know what you're talking about. Free.
I have piles of these that don't work at all, and they're gross, and they have engravings on them.
Mm,
That's where you get spare feet.
right.
This followed me home this evening.
The bag or anything in it.
Well, it's quite heavy, so I assume there's something in it.
Oh, I got one of those.
Well, I can't
actually, I have-
tell from
I have
you're
4 of them,
holding
but
it.
yeah.
Like,
I only have 4 of those,
So it's
You only have 4 of those? You threw 5 or 6 of them out, though, back in the day, right?
neat.
probably.
yeah.
This one seems to work too, but it has writing on the front.
Cool.
Might be removable.
So I was at the guy that I bought this stuff from, his house. I noticed on the shelf there was a power book manual, but there's no
Right.
sign of the power book. So I have to go back and ask him, be like, so do you have a power book that's
Bees.
somewhere?
Nope.
Is that
Animate
is
Moopsie
that
on
the
the
guy with
MSI.
the stuff all in the basement?
Yeah.
Ryan? Yeah. Okay.
So
Very
I
nice.
have 1, 2,
I
3,
know
4,
we can
5,
change
6,
line
7.
Have you taken
eight,
the
9, 10,
battery
11.
out yet?
That's what I'm just about to do.
I have 14 5.25-inch floppy drives I got in the last month, and 3 of them don't work.
Are you
I'm
cornering the market? What are you doing?
I'm interested in to see if the battery's blown up.
Hey,
Oh, it's definitely going on.
when you get things for $5 and then you sell them for $50 to $70, that makes
I
money.
know.
You can buy crazy stuff like Apple II, original Apple II stuff.
That's like
All right. Has
like
anyone seen my Mac cracker?
not on
Kinda like
this
a
stream,
nutcracker?
but I did earlier on your OnlyFans stream, and it was quite impressive.
Oh, that was the Nutcracker. Totally different.
So I got this 2 Plus from the guy in Buffalo. It had a bad chip in it. Other than that, it's fine.
Nice.
Mint.
It was a
Line
75-cent repair.
Oh, line
Oh, and I got to glue the
Deadly.
laptop back on. That's it.
red.
Oh, and Adam, when you were talking about spending $5 and making 50 back on a sale,
Yeah.
I did that once. I bought this office had closed out, and they had a whack of stuff, and I was like, I don't really
The
know.
Naboo weather
and the
app.
guy's like, will you just take it for $50? And I'm like, okay, done deal. I cleared $600 on the resale of all the stuff.
Cool.
Mint.
So
I got
yeah,
a box of
that was the best I've
interface
ever done.
cards here too, like another Disc 2 card. Haha.
Nice.
There's one of those for you, Trina, in that box that never arrived.
The box that's at Sloopy's house. Yeah.
Yeah, if you end up needing one before you sort that all out, I'll probably just mail you another one.
Yeah. Well, we
Ooh,
gotta get
triple cards.
we gotta get Ryan to, or not Ryan, sorry, Frank to do some shipping. So.
Copyright Apple,
Mhm.
1978. It's the original serial card.
Oh, and speaking of shipping, Ryan, I'm going to be shipping out the laptop probably Friday. So yeah.
Cool.
Card.
No rush on that. Whenever you get around to it,
No, because look, you see this box behind me?
Uh-huh.
That's your laptop. So I want it out of here.
Okay, very good.
That has all your stuff in it. So I want to get it out of here.
God love you.
Hey, Joe, have you ever seen one of these? It's a disk drive card for the Apple II that lets you put 4 floppy drives on one card.
Because I also want to see some errors soon. So I'm like, if I send you the laptop, maybe I can get some errors.
Oh yeah. I'll get you some stuff shipped.
Hey,
it's a Gut Bomb.
Hey.
Gut Bomb, have you seen my...
About time you
It is.
joined.
I love this thing. I just joined Joe's
Mac
Patreon like 3 seconds ago. So.
Okay.
Oh. It's like
Well
I'm gonna
done.
drive my way in here.
Thank you.
So not only
you.
you're kissing his ass in the chat, now you're doing it through Patreon. Gotcha.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, you know what? All I have to say is,
I'm gonna try this weird
This
4 disc
Anyway.
card.
So
back
cool.
to where we were.
I want to play with it.
Wait, hold on. Joe just showed his ass, and you're like, I want to play with it. I don't know how we should take that.
I'm leaving it up to your interpretation.
Okay, well, you know what my interpretation
blinks.
is going.
Can someone help me find my Mac cracker?
It supports the blink tag.
I have one right here. And I'm not actually meaning that.
Hey, look, there's
Actually, I bought a
crawler in
screwdriver
there
just to do
somehow.
that. So.
Yeah, I know. I did too. Mine is like about,
Yeah, so is mine.
Give or
Yeah,
take.
massively long. Yeah. I got it on Amazon for something like $12, and I'm just like,
I got mine at Princess Auto.
Oh, there's
Funnily enough.
multiple pages. Yeah.
This
Okay.
card
we
doesn't
don't have
work.
any. We don't have any around us. They're more like in the outskirts of Toronto.
Yeah, I think the closest one is Hamilton.
Text color.
Probably, yeah.
I know it can be
Yeah.
done. I know it can be done. I've seen it happen. They can make the text like super big.
Screwdriver.
Regular floppy drive.
Where are you?
One of your cats will come running to you.
Look at the tiny text. It's tiny. It's text. It's tiny, tiny text. Look at the tiny text. It's super tiny text.
I think Joe's a wee bit.
What's the voop voop vooping noise? Who's doing that?
Not me.
It's my printer. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Oh, Joe, that's what it sounds like when
curious.
you're printing.
Yeah.
No, I finished
Phone
printing a
isn't
little
5
while
feet
ago.
away from it though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
it'll catch up. It'll catch up. There
Not-
it goes.
What are
Is
you
it-
print? What are you
Is it
printing,
even
Gut Bomb?
5 feet?
A top cover for a floppy MU.
Nice.
Nice.
I have one already, but I'm not satisfied with how it looks, so I'm doing it again differently.
Order?
Oh,
I can put
found a different
borders
Mac.
around the text.
I found a different Mac cracker. We're
Oh,
good.
good. Okay.
Mac crack.
Yeah, mine's actually hanging on the wall. So.
Smart.
mm.
I think I'm going to attach mine to a piece of 2x4. So
Yeah,
it's like
there
a
you go.
bathroom key for a
Yeah,
storage
yeah,
truck
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
Because when
Joe's
I
just figured things out.
when I got the screwdriver, it still had the thing that you could hang it on the wall if you were a store
Right.
for selling it, and it
Yeah.
just slides down the shaft. And I'm like, sweet, I'll
Hey.
just slide it down.
Just slide it down
I'll
the
just
shaft.
Slide it down the shaft, and when I'm done, it'll go right back to the tip, and I
Right
can hang
back
it
to the
back
tip.
up.
Joe, do you want to take that? Who wants this low hanging fruit?
I'm not
Who
touching
wants
it.
it?
I'm busy.
Not touching it. Nope.
Oh, come on, somebody's got to touch it. It's been
I
a
don't
year.
think this
Somebody's
card works.
gotta
That
touch it
sucks.
After all this time.
What's the card, Adam?
It's a Rana Systems 4 floppy interface card.
What's special
Have you
about
tried?
that?
Have you tried punching it?
It works with well, it lets you hook up 4 floppy drives to one card, but it also works with the Rana drives, which have capabilities like larger capacity disks.
Oh, that's cool.
Fancy.
Yeah, I actually have a couple of those drives, so I was hoping this card would work. It's supposed to work with regular
I have
Apple II
no
drives
idea
too.
what that just did.
It
but
makes the
okay.
drive light up, but it doesn't actually boot.
I think I'm gonna soon take off. I'm gonna be here till 9:30, but then I'm gonna take off at 9:30 because
I showed up and now you're gonna leave, Trina.
well,
Yeah,
that
it's
you can
pretty-
take my place though.
I don't
just-
think I'm capable of taking your place.
Don't
Trina.
do it. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's a trick, Gutpound.
because I have a feeling tomorrow morning when I go onto YouTube, Joe will still be streaming, working on this computer, like at 7:30. So I'll just join
That's
the
an
stream
event,
from work and be like,
okay.
"Oh, hi, you're still doing this."
Color select.
Oh, hi.
Tonight is the night that I start watching DS9.
Oh,
Oh, I just finished Voyager rewatch.
oh well, you have my sympathy.
DS9 is some of
The
the best science fiction that human beings have
best.
ever written.
I watched
haven't
that when
watched
it was on.
since I haven't watched it since it aired originally. So
I mean, there's some, like all series. I mean, there's some dud episodes, especially early on. The Q episode. ugh. But,
Oh no!
Any episode with Cisco is pretty terrible.
listen, shut your mouth, Janeway.
Listen.
I love
just don't
both
like-
Cisco and Janeway.
I don't like Cisco.
I like the actress.
No?
Don't like the character.
Oh, I broke all the. I broke.
Like
all
I have
the
nothing
pages.
against Kate Mulgrew. I just don't like Janeway. The character was the whole.
What am I doing wrong?
The whole
Your Mac
series.
don't
had-
want to crack, Ryan?
No.
Is it rusty?
yeah.
No.
I'm wondering.
Get it?
Just
No,
put it
it's pretty
face
good.
down,
It
face
could
down
be-
on something
Yeah.
soft, and then lift it up and let it go a little bit. And
Yeah,
it'll
pull it
just
by the sides, not by the bottom and the top.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's
getting
gonna-
there.
it's-
It's
yeah.
caught on something.
It's caught on the front.
Is
I
the
don't want to
screw-
pry.
Are the screws
Yeah, they're
not
both-
all the way out?
No, they're both out. They're right here on top of my
Oh.
keyboard.
Yeah, there isn't like a clip there or anything. That's
No.
what is it?
Classic.
Oh, I think there is a clip.
Well, there's the
3.
Is there?
the reset switches on the
Two.
side can hinder it too.
'Cause there's
Oh
no-
yeah.
Read
Yeah.
alert! All crew to evacuation points.
The
Joe, the
reset
morning
switch don't
message
seem
is too
to.
long. Who's this? Frederick!
Hello.
I felt left out.
You get a
Hey,
weird-
look, it's microbiologist. I mean, hi, Fred.
Microbiologist.
Terrible.
Stop being dumb.
Poor Frederick.
I am
Now I
so
have to, like,
sorry.
go-
but the
I have to,
internet-
like,
I'll
read how they
start calling
complete
you
this
Tina.
So this card, other than the two
Tell her
ROMs that
Tina.
they stole from Apple,
Hey, listen, it wouldn't be the first time I've been called it. I respond to it, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Well,
Go with
I
it.
thought it was
74
pretty
logic.
funny when Retro Techie was Brianna Conrad.
Hey Joe, do you know what a 556 chip is? Is that like a timer?
It is a dual 555.
Oh,
Oh
echo.
wow! In stereo.
Shouldn't that be a Ben
Yeah.
1010 then?
You guys said the same exact thing. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
He
556
asked me,
on here.
Frederick. It's
No,
my
yeah.
stream.
Okay, all right, sorry.
So other than
I'm
that,
kidding,
and
I'm being
the two ROMs and
Listen,
the EEPROM on
Joe-
here, it's all 74 logic. So I think I
Joe-
can fix it.
Trina,
Stop picking on your guest and go back to your toy.
I know.
Go back to your toy.
Yeah, this
I'm
card's
playing
pretty
with my
neat
toy.
looking though.
No,
Oh.
Trina, no.
No. See, this card, it has
It's 9:30.
four
Aren't you
drive
supposed to be
slots.
leaving anyway?
Yeah, well, I want to see how badly battery bomb this computer is that Ryan has. If Ryan,
Where's
can-
my hammer? Where's my
It's
hammer?
a classic that won't
Hammer.
open. It's clearly battery bombed.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
But it's
thinking.
caught on the top. There's nothing up there.
It's not a tumor.
Could
Yeah,
be.
there's battery goo up there.
Drop it. Lift it up
Goo.
2 inches and drop it.
Do the Apple III maintenance to it.
Not so
I did
much
the
of
Apple
a
III
screen.
maintenance. I took the Apple III and I put it on a shelf. Now it's maintained.
Keyboard.
Yeah, Justin in the read alert.
That dumb alarm.
Yeah.
Got
Every
it.
bad 90s sound effect they
Get
decided
it?
to throw in there.
It's the what is that, Malcolm? That's my new
Joe,
alarm clock.
can you make Ryan big, please?
And I make Ryan big.
I am. Listen, years of overeating have made me big.
Yeah, I saw your Facebook picture today. Doesn't line up.
Listen, I lost about 125 pounds just before COVID, and then COVID scared me, so I gained it all back. Now I have to lose it again. All right.
Oh well.
When I got COVID, I lost like 8 pounds.
I never got COVID.
Okay, you have no meat on your bones
me
to
neither.
start with.
Yeah, like how
I
did you lose
used
it?
to
It
be-
wasn't
I used to be bigger.
Oh,
I
okay.
avoided COVID by flying on an airplane 4 times a week.
Just flying.
got
You
this
wear
thing
a
installed.
hazmat suit or something? Oh, that's a mega RAM. Or 3 megs of RAM.
Yeah.
It has a meg on
It's
board.
really-
And then
It's
2.
really clean. Look how clean the.
Well, it was in the bag, which helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the owner of this was a writer, so he only used this to write novels
How does that keep it clean?
because he literally only turned it on when he wrote novels.
Yeah, but it could have been Dear Penthouse. You'll never believe what happened
No,
to me
no,
the
he's
other day. Kind of novels. I mean, come on.
I said novels, not small.
Novels or
There's
navels.
plenty of smut novels.
And I'm gonna say, yeah, my mom loves to read smut novels, so I'm sorry, but yeah, like those one with the guy, the guys that are shirts off on the covers. That's the stories
So-
mom loves to read.
Is the chassis?
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
What?
Yep, we're waiting.
It's a classic with an intact.
Oh,
wow.
my God.
It's one of the German ones, so that's why it didn't.
Yummy.
I
It's
mean, all of those
inorganic, that's why.
capacitors have already destroyed every trace on that board, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the
There's
There's no
battery's
such
good.
thing. There's no such thing as a classic that has not had leaky caps, and if you run that, it will have more leaky caps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
If that
really
is- if
surprised
you've
that
lucked
there's
out
no
on that-
green.
Yeah, if that's clean, the first thing you want to do is remove every single one of those capacitors before you even turn it on, because
Yeah.
that will preserve that machine.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
Cool.
Slippy was
Will do.
working on my SE30 that hadn't ran in years, and then I decided to run it for 2 days straight, and it just basically gooed all over the
Bye,
board.
Tech Knight. Tech Knight said goodnight.
Oh, good
so the
night.
battery is from 1190, so it's an original battery.
Check
That
the
is not in
voltage.
focus.
Wow, it's only 33 years old. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
install that in your pet.
Sure.
That'll fix it.
Yeah.
It's actually younger than
I've been
all of
collecting
us on the stream.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a small collection of them right here. See, these are the best ones, these Max Ls.
Oh, those aren't
Oh, yes,
blown
yeah.
up yet.
I've got 4 or 5 of them now. This is the one I took off that SC that I was working on the other day on Dave's stream. It was a Varda, it didn't blow up.
There's ever so slightly a fishy smell.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I hate to tell
No, seriously, every classic leaks. There is no
Oh,
such
yeah.
thing as one that got lucky. They
you,
all
and
leak.
and
Yeah.
also the fact that you're in Newfoundland, home of salt cod.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Look,
no surprise.
I'm an expert on what smells like fish.
Exactly.
I bought a new in-box Apple service replacement motherboard or logic board for a classic, and it had leaked.
Mm.
Nice.
Oh,
The
Are they
battery
supposed to-
was not installed, luckily. But
The classics have
capacitor-
fans in them by default, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, SC and later all have fans. I
Gotcha.
can't figure out what I did with the joysticks.
Well, now
But
that
like
I'm
here,
doing-
you can see the how clean the actual chassis is.
Did he just say
This
chassis?
is- Yeah, this is
Chassis,
these,
yeah.
It's a chassis, you redneck.
Chassis.
or not.
It's like when people say
It's
joists,
actually.
or
It's
no, they
not-
say joisters.
It's actually.
Joisters. All these joisters.
Joisters.
It is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
all
Joist-
the-
It's spelled that way. You know?
Yeah, I like it. It's that thing was like almost never turned on.
Yeah.
He wrote one novel with it.
Is it still on there?
In
Look at the hot- look-
1992.
1990. Yep. Look at the high power.
I wonder if it's still on the hard drive.
Oh, it is. I even gave him a copy of it to me on floppy.
Oh wow. What is the
Is
novel?
the,
Okay, what is the novel called? I just want to know.
It is Tales of the Something and Strange, I think it's called.
Those analog boards are usually pretty reliable, but the
Is
power
the-
supplies need to be recapped.
I had to replace the optocoupler on mine.
Really?
Yeah.
The only classic I have is one that got UPS damage, so it's got a cracked neck and a
This is the floppy.
battery bomb board.
And it's got this. It's an old IBM floppy with a lion on it.
Ooh.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
The kitty cat.
Anyway, it's got a Maxstar hard drive that was installed in '91, so that's a upgrade, I guess.
Well, it might have been installed with it.
Upgrade.
Joe, what was that about electric shock hazard?
I was trying
Huh?
to zoom in and
Oh, hey,
show
Ron.
it, but it moved around on me. So
Oh.
here we go.
Yeah, I know.
Get Ryan a better mic. Yeah, I have a better mic coming. It should be here hopefully this week.
But anyway,
Stuck
since
with my
Ryan
keyboard.
disappointed me once again, I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh.
Someday I'll have a battery bomb.
So
Good night,
have a
Trina.
good night, everyone.
Trina.
Bye, Trina.
Bye.
Okay, no problem. See you, Joe.
Bye.
Bye.
Can't find my joysticks.
Ron, have you tested the thing that I sent you yet?
Is there a fan in there, Joe?
Yes.
Is it an AC fan?
It's my biggest fan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all,
Da, da, da,
We're
da,
all
da.
your
Now
fans.
for something we hope you'll really like.
It's your only
I don't
fan.
know. Let's look.
I'm just wondering, like, does it have an integrated power supply? Is that in the unit?
Yep.
Okay, so that's
Just
probably
shoved
what
in
the
there.
high
Just
voltages
whoop.
are.
The fan is a 115 volt, 60 hertz fan.
Joe,
Nice.
make yourself big. I don't need to be big anymore.
Yeah, but you're a genius in France. Yep,
Uh,
right here.
but I play one on television.
Stick your tongue on it. I dare you.
On what?
The power supply, the
Sure.
mains connection.
Yeah.
Ooh, tastes like electricity.
Bzzz.
So yeah, that
I
is
drink
an
a lot.
AC fan.
I drink a lot of sparkling water, and it was described to me by a guy who doesn't like sparkling water as tasting like TV static, and that resides in a place in my head now.
This keyboard was manufactured by Microswitch in Freeport, Illinois.
Cool.
Neat.
How's it feel to type on?
Pretty crunchy, just because it's dirty and nasty. It's okay. It's not made. It's designed to be relatively inexpensive to get the job done because you're not going to be sitting here using it all the time. You set it up and then it just sits there in the cable plant for months untouched.
You said
That
it.
machine
and
reminds
forget
me
it.
of all those old microcomputer kits you could get in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
It's
that
like
thing
Pro
that
Blue.
Action Retro did.
Replace
What
all
was
Yeah.
the thing that
helps.
Action Retro did?
I forgot what
That-
it's called, but the Sol 20, I think, is what it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Soul
So,
20.
Mike,
Yes.
hey.
And that was the S100 thing, I think. And those cards in there remind me of S100 cards too.
I think it is, or it's at least related to that. Those machines are selling for quite a bit of money now, though.
There was a couple that I saw at VCF Midwest on the for sale table. I didn't see the price on them.
I didn't look. I was trying so hard not to buy anything there.
It reminds
How did
me
that go for you?
when I was looking at the magazines when I was young and salivating on all the Heath computers and stuff like that. It reminds me a bit of that.
Okay, cool.
I only came home with two computers I didn't go there with, which was a Apple II Plus that I got from Thomas, and a Commodore 64 that I got from Sloopy for trading him for an Apple II Plus.
Nice.
So I
You
brought an Apple II
ultimately went
Plus
home.
and then came back with one. So
You
yeah.
ultimately went home with fewer computers than you went with, right?
Oh, I bought at least a dozen Apple IIs to sell. They all got sold.
Nice.
I sold probably
And
7 or 8 Macs.
Did you fund your trip?
Oh, tenfold.
Perfect. That's
The
awesome.
Moopsie has escaped. Blink, blink.
Oh God. No bones are safe.
Yes.
Yeah, and I managed to make that weekend be a quote work trip in between 2 other trips.
Okay, so you were able to cover the costs really well.
Pretty well, yeah.
That's
Everything
awesome.
except for the crummy hotel. I couldn't figure out a way to make that fit, but the tolls and the food and the fuel all got covered.
You should have said your car broke down and see if work would cover you for a hotel.
Adam, is that you playing, or is that like a demo?
That's just the demo. I can't find the joystick, so
I was gonna say I would not be able to play that game and talk at the same time. I'm so bad at this game.
So
I'm really good
Joe,
at that game. I played it like
Yes.
can you do ASCII
Forever.
art with that?
Do ASCII art? Technically speaking, I believe this unit can do that.
Nice.
It actually has like little graphic characters you can use. Let's see here.
There are no sprites or anything, are there? No.
it's like Commodore or
There you go.
Petsky.
Yeah.
Like the Video Way. Remember that? I don't know if any of you remember Video Way
Nope.
in the 80s.
No.
Curtis,
Very
I've
young.
tried to play with a keyboard and a joystick, and I'm really bad at both.
That looks
Oh,
cool.
that looks nice with the drop shadow.
Yeah.
Now you gotta
Also,
do
it
all
just
the,
makes it a little easier to read.
you gotta put whole words on each line too.
Can you change text color, or does all of the text?
I've been
stay the
looking for
same
that.
color?
I don't. You can only change the entire page. So like I can make the whole thing blue, or I can invert it. There's like 2 different. Like so, the color select button allows me to change like the text color of the whole page.
Mm.
You can't really tell. And then if I select the other button, it allows me to change, the other one.
I'll be back in 5 minutes. Let me know if this computer explodes.
So
A bit like the TMS 9918, I guess. In
yeah,
text mode.
it's very similar to that. So like, but I can't like put a color command to change the color right here.
No.
Right. So if I hit that, it just changes the whole page. Right. Or if I hit violet, it's violet. Right. It's just the whole page.
I wonder if there are like some escape codes you can stick in the text.
I've been reading the manual and it doesn't indicate. It indicates I can change the color of the page. Press line mode page. You can do it by line. Okay.
Did you notice
So-
any graphics chips on there? Was it all PCI?
It's all custom garbage. Press line mode page. Line mode.
Now you're going to clone it, right, Joe? The whole machine.
Sure. I'm looking for the button that Jesse is telling me about.
It's in the same place where any key is.
Yeah.
Nope, that didn't do it. So I'm going to recall that page because I broke it.
You put a hole in the internet? Good God. Man.
Where's that button, Jesse? Where's that key? Because there are line keys on the right-hand side, but that moves the whole page around. There is no line mode PG button that I'm seeing. This is a cool feature. Very bottom right, line mode and page. So I'm in page mode. Line mode! Oh!
Ah, there you go.
Ooh.
So if I were to do this...
But it's a whole line, not the word.
Yes.
That's still good. You could just have the Moopsie has escaped on its own line.
Yes. I have to figure out how to get the line, new line.
So that means the character ROM is inverted for each character.
Yes.
So technically, it means you probably can do a word, not just a line, but it depends on the software if it can do it or not.
Yes. So I can only do it by one line. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get like a character return in here to get that on its own line, to get that whole line thing,
Right.
line color changed. But it's not letting me do that. Hey, degrees, look.
Alt.
Yeah, literally it is not like insert.
48.
It has no insert function. You just write over it. Recall that. That's fine. So we can do, let's do Edge.
Does anybody know how to take these monitors apart?
That's one of the LC monitors, right?
Yeah, it's the 12-inch RGB.
Yeah, I took one of those apart once to retrobrite the case. There are screws on the
bottom. I
You
got
need a
those.
You need a long screwdriver, though.
I got those out already.
Oh, I don't remember the rest.
Well, what kind of help are you then? Cecil. I want to try to figure out why there's a
Oh, I love this stupid thing.
composite.
All weekend. It's not.
Why is there a composite cable coming out the back of this monitor? Why?
Yeah, I'm very curious about that too. Oh, you got the whole message to scroll along the bottom.
Yeah.
I like how it's so fast. God forbid people have to read it.
We do edit, recall, sure. We do this.
Is there speed commands?
Yes.
Okay, that's just your entry for the marquee. So that's why you can't put an enter.
Yes. Why am I getting weird characters there? Am I like in some weird shift mode? I'm in
You're in pet mode.
mode. Oh, the graphic mode was enabled, is what it was. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to. The flash is the flash is not set properly. Stand by. Do that.
Flash.
There we go. Now we do flash. We go to the end and turn it off. There. Store. Yes. We'll resume. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that flash for a second thing. There's an extra flash character in there that you can't see, is what it is. That's fine. So we go to edit. And then what was the other thing we wanted to do? We wanted to change the page attributes. That is a button.
It'd be interesting to find out if there's a reveal code type of thing in there.
Yeah.
Good old word perfect. Reveal codes.
Page attributes. Page attributes. I know. Here it is. So yeah, here. So we go to. Let me set it to medium. Display time. 12 seconds. So then we hit store to save it, and then we resume it. So now it's slower and you can read it.
That's better.
There's like an extra blink in there. And 12 seconds is a little too long, but that's fine.
And the message is sent back in time, and somewhere somebody is watching the message. The Moopsie has escaped.
And they're like, what? Huh? What is a Moopsie?
What's a Moopsie?
Oopsie.
Oh dear God!
So,
It's eating my bones.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
No.
I just realized I sent Ron a package today and I didn't throw in a reefa cap or a battery or
Running low
anything.
batteries. Great, thanks.
So this Apple IIe seems to work well.
Okay, so literally just force it.
I get this.
Okay.
I think I'll
Yeah,
just
you
fix it.
do
I'll clean it up
like
and sell it.
character insert?
Retro Techie says, "Can I buy this machine on jcm1.com?"
No.
That would be awesome, but no.
You can, it's just $1 million.
It's exactly the amount of money Joe needs to retire.
Which will last about 3 months if he keeps on spending his money on vintage stuff.
I like how the FCC ID on an Apple IIe is blah, 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 and then grapple 2E.
Eh.
Okay.
Ah,
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
agree,
Victor.
Curtis. It should be max headroom being hacked in there.
yeah.
It's 20 minutes in the future. Well, that works.
And then squeeze the outside edge and it doesn't separate from the top.
What? That's an interesting
Sorry, man.
glitch.
It might be a feature.
You have found a glitch in the matrix.
Oh,
That
interesting.
was weird.
Interesting glitch.
Yeah, the page is.
It could be
glitch.
useful.
I don't know how I did it though. That's the thing. So it's like edit,
Oh.
recall that. Yeah, there's just like garbage at the end of that. Can we just do line delete? Just...
Oh, and we're in.
Somehow I ended up with 5 more of these Disk 2 controllers.
You always got the good shit, Adam. You always got the good shit.
Yeah. I had one of these as a third-party Jameco one, and I managed to hold it wrong, and they cloned this card, but they put one of the transistors way up on the edge because they did the layout different, I guess, for copyright reasons. And I pulled it out like I normally pull these out. My thumb usually goes right here.
We're in
And I
line
managed
mode.
to knock the whole transistor off.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Well, I found out what part it was. Somebody on Joe's server helped me figure that out, but Motorola doesn't make them anymore. But I was able to find a pack of 4 new old stock on eBay.
Nice. So that composite or component composite cable is a ground. It just goes right to the chassis.
What?
$9.99 super sticker from MacEffects.
Woot.
Ooh.
Whoop! Thank you.
Hey, it works.
It didn't make the line red.
Maybe
though.
they were having some kind of grounding problem, getting interference, and they decided to directly ground it using a phono cable. Wow, that's weird.
It's weird, isn't it?
That's
Wait,
definitely
I wonder
not
maybe
The composite cable or the RCA cable, it just goes to ground.
just goes to ground. Yeah.
Oh,
Thing go red.
or it
Well,
could have
that's
been your
boring.
subwoofer connection.
Yeah, that's totally not stock, and I would remove it.
Yeah. The other thing I'm thinking it might be is an anti-theft feature. So maybe if you unplug that RCA cable, it'd set off an alarm.
Well, it's possible you could do that with a ground. If it loses the connection, it would, because that would get ground from the grounding pin on that machine, And if there's
Yeah.
some kind of device that can monitor that continuity,
Yeah.
that could work. Kind of a cheapo
Yeah,
anti-theft.
because this would have been used in a retail environment, so it is possible.
Yeah. Well, if that's what it was, that's kind of clever. But
Not sure if you
I
can do
thought
per line.
it'd be something cool though, like a composite
Probably not.
input or speaker or something.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I was hoping it would work really well with my like an Apple II, or be really
MacFX is asking,
sacrilegious.
did they use the software in the 1990s? As it looks familiar. Oh, this isn't software, sir. This is not software. It's a special box whose entire job is to do that.
Yeah, let's duplicate it and sell it on MacFX.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
So,
go. In a clear case.
The reason,
Yeah. Clear aluminum.
the reason it looks familiar is because
Transparent aluminum.
Yes.
it looks a lot like. No, you're fine, MacFX. It looks a lot like WeatherStar, Weather Channel stuff from the 90s, which you're probably familiar with. Or if you ever had cable on an old local cable by an old local cable company, there's a high degree likelihood they had a box like this running their date, time, weather announcements channel. Bye, Eric.
Right.
Thanks for stopping by.
See you, Eric.
And that's where this came up from for me. I said it at the Texscan made new Model Zs in the 90s with this exact same software. Yeah. So as I said at the top of the stream, I got this TV screen, which was used to monitor this exact same channel, this exact same system on my local cable company when I was a kid. And when I acquired that monitor and I saw the screen burn on it that showed all of that text on it, I'm like, I must own this device. So then I spent years trying to find one. And I just finally found one, and it got here Monday.
I'm so excited how excited you are, Joe. It makes me happy.
Edit.
It makes us all want to have one.
Yes. It's like Naboo. It's Naboo fever all over again.
Page 1. So we can do.
Who doesn't have a Naboo?
I don't know. Adam's going to point out his unopened one, and then
I don't have one.
Joe is going to say, "I have one here on the floor."
I don't have much interest.
Literally,
either.
me too. It's on the floor and open.
There we go. That's the actual correct height. Like when I turn the screen off, it fits right on here on top of the burned in text.
Nice.
This is like right in the. It's off by a little bit of it. It's like right in the same spots.
That's awesome.
It's like, hi everybody, I'm 9 again. What kind of switches does this keyboard have? I don't know. They're not Alps. They're some garbage. They're not
Sticky
great.
ones.
They're not great keys.
You know what you should do is leave Moopsy still for days and days and days just to have Moopsy burned into the screen for the next generation.
Yeah.
Moopsy.
I want to do edit. Great, thanks. I want to do. That's the date and time. That's that. Page 4. So this is page 4. So let's do. I'm gonna make it blue. I want page mode. There we go. Cool. So
Adam.
if I do graphics.
Question for you, Adam. That Trinitron that I got after, it did in fact have a J8 connection. You're muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry. That era of Sony, the connector may say VTR next to it. That was generally used for audio video to come out of a U-Matic or a Betacam or whatever type deck. And it basically gives you an audio video feed into it. Now you can convert that. The signals in that connector are just composite and analog audio. So if you can get cable, that's why I said grab any cables, because if you have one of those cables, you could cut it and then make an AV with RCA jacks.
Okay, cool.
You may still be able to find them online too.
I have a cable. I have a cable for that weird VTR connector.
Okay.
Rummaging through my cable bin.
Thankfully, it also has a BNC in for just in. So that's
Yeah, but that
currently what I have.
VTR connector is more interesting though.
This is one of the weirdest keyboards I've ever found in an Apple II. It's got black keys like a Bell and Howell, but the switches are Alps, and the PCB is blue, and it says the keyboard company, which is the company that used to make keyboards for Apple before Apple bought them out. But then the encoder board is green, and it's an Apple encoder board. So I have no idea
That's
what
the cable.
is out. But look, it's a blue PCB.
Cool.
Here's the
Look,
other end
made
of
circles.
that cable.
Huh?
Okay, yeah.
But
Got hauled out of something?
Now that same connector was used on a lot of Japanese stuff, so that you'll find that. Like I have
Yes.
a Texscan RGB monitor that uses that for RGB.
Dude,
What?
this monitor has that on it too.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a VTR
it was a
connector.
Japanese standard, and
Yeah, in
so
the
they put it on
VTR,
a lot of professional.
in the video production world, that was always a VTR connector for hooking a VTR up to a monitor.
Right there.
I got it
And that's
to
a
mess
VTR.
with my PVM because my PVM had one on it too. So I
My
wanted to mess
Texscan
with
monitor
it.
used that for RGB, but you could flip a switch and turn it into a VTR connector, so it worked either way. It was a multi-purpose connector, and then it has
If you
in and
look-
out. So if you hook it between two VTRs, you can have one videotape recorder send the video out into the other one using that same cable, because it does
Right.
two-way AV.
If you look,
So I basically I
this
bought
is
the
a-
entire.
It's a
Sorry, go
3D printed connector.
Oh, cool.
I didn't.
I
make
bought a
it,
whole
but
box of those
Can
cables
I-
that were just that on both ends, just to get they were the screw together connectors.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
it just to get the connectors.
Yeah,
Can I
this
address
you
one
can-
thing?
Yes, well, go, Joe. Your stream, obviously.
Mac Effects, that thing you found is just a keyboard to control this. It's not this. I was lucky. That keyboard cost 3 times as much as this whole unit cost me. So somebody knows what they have. Does it have the ability for inputs for live data? Technically speaking, yes. However, it requires, for the live data that I want to inject into this, and it requires a very special card that no one on planet Earth that we know seems to have. So it's not like we even have one where we can reverse engineer it and have it for like the 8 people out there who think this thing is neat.
You're gonna need to buy another unit and hope there's a card in it.
There's, well, yeah, Gut Bomb, the other guy who was on here, Jesse, who runs the website that has all the data about all these things, has like a whole bunch of them, and none of them have the card in it.
Oof.
So no one has the card. No one knows it.
So, Joe, if none of them have the card, is it possible that they were just pulling their weather data from NOAA directly?
It could be. I don't know. It could be.
Because it seems like
However, I do
in
know
the manual. Yep, go ahead.
the unit here locally in town, its weather data was accurate. It updated live while I was watching it when I was a kid.
Is there a serial port on that machine?
I was
Yes.
just gonna ask the same thing. It probably can do that through serial too.
So that's the other question: is like, how can we like?
That
Possible.
seems like it
Program
would
it
be
to do
easier to reverse engineer the card.
Yeah.
Assuming you don't have the card, yes.
No, we don't have the card. The other thing too is you were able to get software for it to be able to program it remotely from a PC. No one has the software either. The software is gone.
That's like that ROM card I got.
Yeah.
They're all over the place, but
Yeah.
nobody has the software
Yes.
for it.
And here's
And
how
that's
I
why I'm
know-
wondering. Yeah.
Here's how I also, this is the reason why I know that they had the card for the unit here in town was because I know where the head end used to be when I was a kid, because it was also just their office. It was on the, and they had a mast on the side of the building with that weather station on top of it. And when they got bought out and this unit went away, that weather station disappeared.
Right.
So they had a unit. They were out there. It's just like, I don't know. So it does have
But I
no
wonder-
weather injection.
Right.
So it's possible that we could fake
wow.
that protocol somehow and get it to show what I wanted to show. So I
Right.
don't know.
Joe, did you see
That was my
blue-
thought.
This blue PCB keyboard I got?
Yeah. Where'd you get that?
Can we clone this? Will you help me
Why?
clone it? Because I
Why?
want another one. Because it uses Alps switches, but it's an Apple II Plus keyboard.
I have to destroy it to clone it, and it won't look correct because it's blue. It's a blue PCB substrate with a green solder mask.
Yes.
It's
I
very,
wanna
very
destroy
special.
it. What's funny is it says the keyboard company, but on the front it has an Apple part number.
Yes. Talk amongst yourself because I'm going to go grab something really neat. I'll be right back.
I think something died in here.
I tried to make an offer for that MSI $1,500 thing on eBay at $25. It declined.
It was auto decline, right?
He knows what he has.
No, well,
look, it's Alp switches like a
right?
like a Mac 128.
Cool.
That's only a remote keyboard.
And I sent the message saying it's just a remote keyboard. The other model was much less than a third of the price. The
cameras.
Declined, so.
The remote keyboard is probably a lot rarer.
Rarer.
Yeah,
more
I'm trying
rare.
something
3 times more expensive.
Hold my beer.
Are you doing an overlay, Joe?
I think Joe got a great deal on what he bought.
Are you going to do an overlay?
Maybe.
Ooh, exciting! I want to see this.
I have to figure out how to power this thing up first.
Yeah,
Joe's a
I
don't know if
think
you saw
the
there.
real thing you got to figure out is how to get an image of Moopsy on there.
Joe is a 3310931. A 3310931. That's a keyboard, regular keyboard encoder, right?
The what? Repeat.
3310931 chip. That's a regular old.
Go to
Apple
jcm-1.com and look at my product page because I have all of the models on there because I don't remember because there's like 100 of them.
Okay.
Apparently, Jesse has attempted to buy that keyboard a few times, and they've all been declined.
You can buy my keyboard. I have it right here.
Can I? Yeah, it's
right
just
there.
a whole special whole cable is the thing.
It's weird because it has shiny keys like a Datanetics, but it's not.
Anyway, the Trinitrons that I picked up are wood grain. They're very nice. I'm excited to actually see, and they have chroma key color. They have chroma key color with some sort of like black layer in the. I don't know. I googled it.
I need a power thing.
Power
I need
thing.
a power doodle. That's wrong.
So I have a question for you guys. I have this.
Use this.
Turn that off. I have this clone that somebody tried to pass off as an Apple II. It had an Apple II lid and keyboard on it. And I have no interest in fake apples. Do you think it's like a bad plan for me to just steal the chips off of it and use them on apples?
Yes.
Or should I?
If it's a clone, yeah, go ahead.
I think you should put it in an ATX case and have a weird sleeper Apple II clone thing.
Well, here's the other thing about it is it appears to boot, and like if I load software like a game, I can hear it working, but I can't see any video. The video circuit is not functional, and this is different enough from a regular Apple II that I don't know exactly what's wrong. I could try swapping some chips and see if the chip blew, but at the moment it's not fully functional. The thing is, it's got
video's
almost
going
all the
away.
same.
Video's coming back.
The chips are accurate to like 1980, which would be good parts for an Apple II. So I'm just.
Does the logic board have those two little perf board areas on it? Like two areas, like one on the left side, which would be kind of underneath or right next to the power supply. That's like a
nice.
Oh my God, he got it working.
Oh, cool.
We've got an overlay.
It's all desynced, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that's just the lighting and
the equipment I'm using to get this into the machine is like the most dubious junk quality possible.
Okay.
Is the best. Now you can have like a live from the Moopsy enclosure, like
Yes.
live feed.
Yes.
Recall, edit, sequence for region.
And give it a pure green at certain zones, and you can key it out.
Anyway, to answer the question about this board, it does not have any of the breadboard areas on it. It's trying to clone something later, like a early 80s Apple II.
Interesting.
Any idea the history of it?
No, I don't know. This guy I got it from thought it was an Apple II, or like a weird or a prototype Apple II. He had no idea it was even a clone. But it did have a genuine
that's
lid
awesome.
on it.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Joe, that's amazing.
There's like elephants going by at the top.
Put your hand in front of it. Put your hand in front of it.
Moopsie.
That's the
You
coolest
have it.
thing. That means, you know, if I set this thing up live, I could set up a camera on my roof pointing out into town.
Yeah.
And
The
you
Ohio
could see
cam.
it. Yeah. I love that by having this camera plugged in, it it makes the red at the top pink, like it F's with the phase. Right? It's supposed to, you know, it's supposed to look like that.
You can
Weird.
hear the audio bleeding through, I think. Yeah, the whites are so pure that you can hear something in the audio.
Are you sure that's not just the fact that I've got like fans and stuff running?
Perhaps.
I just turned the fan off. Is it quieter now?
No,
Because there's this thing. I'm piping no audio from the system into my computer at all.
As it glitches, the sound, when I'm hearing, it changes.
Well, you're weird.
It goes
This thing's
in
supposed to
and
have-
out.
This
It's supposed to have
also
24 RAM chips, but it has
this adapter
25.
that I'm using to connect everything. This thing. Oh, it's like all broken now.
Because right now, what you're going through is your capture card.
Yeah.
Does it send also audio in your capture card?
No, my capture card does not have the audio set up.
No, but you haven't plugged audio, but it does have audio.
It does have so there might be interference inside the car.
Exactly, because the signal is probably not broadcast safe, and your whites are over the top. So that's why we hear some audio hum at times, because it goes through in the card itself.
Yeah. That is so stupid. This is the dumbest thing ever.
I think
worst public broadcast ever.
That sort of thing, because I couldn't hear it at all. I heard no difference.
I couldn't either.
Well, I have a pretty good speaker, so I can hear it.
Frederick, you also have experience in like broadcast television stuff, don't
you?
So he knows exactly what's going on.
So, a question for you, Joe: why does the ticker stop before it gets to the edge of the screen? It doesn't go all the way to the edge of the screen.
It's probably for a safe area.
Gets to the edge of the screen.
Just how it's designed.
Overscan.
Just how it's.
Back then, everything had an unused section because they assumed that your TV or your curved edge TV would cut it off.
Text safe.
It's like it's when I watch MASH now and I can see parts of the set that weren't actually supposed to be seen because.
My favorite thing is watching old Stargate SG-1 because they filmed it for 4:3, but they actually shot it on film.
But everything.
So when they put it out on DVD, they made it widescreen, but they had assumed that was all off screen. So you can see like actors waiting to come on, and you see studio equipment, lighting poles. It's like, come on.
That's awesome, Joe.
Joe Cam. Your audio's out of sync for me.
What?
Your audio seems
like
it's out of sync.
It's being processed by the device. So it's like extra layers. It's actually not off by that much. Just a little bit.
This is awesome.
So you don't think I should steal the chips off this clone and just use them for other things?
I mean, you can. It's your clone. You can do whatever you want with it.
I think what I'll do is I'll fix it, and then I'll steal the chips off of it, and then I'll replace them with modern ones so that this clone can have new chips and the Apple can have the old original chips.
So if we know what that NOAA weather wire data is, I can pipe that. I can emulate that somehow. I can get run a script that snarfs the data from a website or something, converts it, and then sends it over to the box over the NOAA. Like if we look, well, you can't. Well, I could if I set it up. I mean, like look using the camera connected to the machine to like look at the back of the machine. Wait for the screen to come back up. There's all this stuff in the back, right?
I gotta go to bed. I'll watch the stream until I fall asleep.
Okay, bye, Gabon. Thanks.
Thank you.
System link.
See you, Gabon.
It is getting late.
So yeah, presumably that's just serial, is it, Joe?
It's sort of serial communication.
Bluey.
So if I can figure out how that works, I can get data into it that way. You got me reading the manual about how NOAA input works. Yeah, Jesse. Yeah, you and me, buddy. Let's figure it out. Let's do it. If you want to get a hold of me, either go to my website and send me a message, or have Tech Night tell you how to get a hold of me.
Now, of course, because of your MSI, you'll have to do your JCM-1.com. You'll have to scroll through the screen now. You expect it to.
Yeah. The Boopsie has escaped. However, you need a blue SCSI?
Why is this glued to this? This is stupid.
Can you animate text in OBS?
Yes.
Like make a move, yeah.
Yeah.
What camera are you using, Frederick? You have a really nice camera.
It's a Sony A6000 for my face, and the top is the 6600.
Okay.
This thing is horrible.
What are you using for?
My webcam costs
studio lighting?
Right now, it's just using the light from the ceiling, but usually I light up with I'll turn it on, a ring light.
Okay.
Then I adjust the iris slightly. Well, maybe not that setting there. Otherwise,
cool.
It's not fully set up as I would like. It's just temporary for now.
Unfortunately, my new webcam, whatever the refresh rate is the same or slightly off from my sign. That wasn't a thing before. Now it is.
Well, I can show you my webcam, what it looks like. It's awful.
Garbage cam!
Potato.
So I prefer that one.
Yeah, for sure.
I have
and you just have that
balance correctly, but it's fine.
You have like the.
So you have that just run through a capture card?
Yeah, it goes through. In this particular case, this one goes through a HDMI to USB converter, and the top cam here goes through the Blackmagic card that I have.
Cool. I've been looking at some Elgato and Blackmagic cards.
Yeah, for this one, it's a simple dongle, USB to a HDMI to USB cable adapter converter.
And just bought on Amazon, or?
Actually, I bought a PTZ camera for work, and it came with it free. So I said, okay, I'm using it. Don't need it.
I'm
for
taking
work.
that.
Actually, I have two.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Oh boy, I'm getting tired. We're doing a retro Saturday at our local library not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday. And I got called by CBC today. They want to do an interview about it the morning of.
Nice.
So, should be fun. Yeah. I suppose I have to fix a few of my computers that are not currently working.
Need to do a character insert.
Something weird on here. It's like a chip socket that's raised up like almost an inch off the motherboard for some reason.
It's just lording over all the other chips. It's the king chip.
Weird part is the genuine board doesn't even have a chip in that spot, so I'm not sure what that's for.
Spying. China.
Why does it blink again?
What is that chip? It's a.
Joe's
Yeah,
gonna
Nick
replace all
Lopez
his
had-
OBS scenes with pages in this thing. You know it, baby.
It's an
This is like
LS02.
OBS. This is like OBS from the old times.
OG OBS.
Yeah, I love this. I could sit here and play with this thing for hours.
I
I
want the
have.
wind.
It's 3 hours long. We're at
I want the
3
wind
hours
to go
in.
from 0 to 99. That'd be awesome. Look, it's the keyboard cam.
So what's the chip that you got there, Adam?
That weird raised chip by the power connector is an LS74 LS02 PC. It says.
02.
Yeah. I don't know that a genuine Apple II even has a 02 on it. It's tied into a ground plane that goes to all of the slots. Maybe it's a slot selector of some kind.
Spider
this is-
Spider Pig.
They tried to make the layout of this look like an Apple II, but it's really a lot different. Everything's in a different spot. That's why I can't figure out why video's dead.
It's a NOR gate.
Norgate. So it's probably trying to select a slot then, because it looks like there's only like 2 signals that go out, and they all go out to the interface slots. Maybe that chip is on this side on the real Apple II.
Don't mind me. I'm hunting down weird parts in my collection. Stand by.
Well, a NOR gate can be used for an SR latch, perhaps.
Dust.
I don't think that would have anything to do with video. I'm looking over here, I think, for video stuff. I think what I'm going to do is just, because I know this bank here is the same as the Apple II, real Apple II. I think these control the color generation, plus these
Don't know
two.
if
So I'm going to swap these with the same
thing
chips
works.
and just see if that makes it
Find
work.
out if this thing works. Okay,
The
we're gonna
layout
find
is
out
the
if this
same.
thing works.
The other thing that's weird about this is normally there's 24 RAM chips. This has an extra one. There's a 25th one in here,
Oh, God.
which is bizarre.
Well, gents, it's almost midnight here, so I'm going to go to bed.
All right. Good night.
Goodbye, man with stuff.
Man, what stuff
If you have
is
too much
signing
stuff,
off.
call me.
At some point, I'm not going to be able to get out of this room, so that at that point, I think, yeah,
Man
probably,
trapped by
probably
stuff.
It's going to be easier to
Man
ship
trapped.
stuff from Canada to Canada.
100%. I'll send you a
Canada.
Corona.
Canada.
No, Corona.
Canada to Canada. Look out. Here comes the Canada.
Actually, it's funny you should mention that. It cost me, I shipped 2 packages at the same time, one to Ron and one to a friend in Ontario. And it cost more to ship it to Ontario than it did to ship it to Ron.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
at least there's no customs for the receiver.
That was a gift to Ron, so Ron didn't have to pay customs anyway. So, but
Okay.
yeah,
We don't generally pay customs on anything that comes in anyway.
Really?
no.
Yeah.
Yep, United States, we have our rules are pretty. Yep, we just get stuff. I was gonna try to
Yeah.
plug in. Well,
We get custom. We pay custom for the item plus the shipping price of the item itself, and then they calculate
Yeah.
all that together, and we pay.
And then on top of that, you pay harmonized sales tax on top of the customs duty. So
Joe, I
it's a
have
tax on
something
a
similar to
tax.
that. It's like a C
Oh.
mount lens, right?
like it's
Panasonic is this?
it's some off brand. I was
cheapo.
gonna try to
Oh.
plug it into this. If the video was better, but I don't have an actual like a BNC connector doodle to go to it because this is like all BNC stuff, and I've got
Yeah.
tons of
Here,
BNC
Joe.
to RCA stuff cobbled together just to make this work tonight.
Yeah.
Here, I'll pass that
That
over to
doesn't
you. You want
help
that?
me. Throw it
Yeah.
really, really hard, and I'll catch it.
RCA?
When you end up with a bunch of beta cams and PVMs and stuff, you always end up with a bunch of BNC cables.
You do, yeah.
This is
Got a
the
lot of
beginning for you.
Yeah, I know. I literally bought an entire editing room. Like I got the thing for switching between video feeds, from controlling the beta drive units.
Yeah,
So
I
all
saw
that's
you had
going
like an edit controller and some other cool stuff there.
Yeah. So
Ryan, I got a question.
Yep.
I see you have a pet over there. I saw a pet with a dual disk drive. How much would you bid for a pet and
So-
drive?
I got this guy from the original owner, and the only reason he sold it to me was because he knew it was going to a collector and not somebody who was going to sell it. So I paid like $300 for this,
Oh, wow.
and it's in really, really nice shape. Is it a 2001 or is it like a 4000 series?
I don't recall.
I'd say the see-through
Because the
Apple II.
Ooh, it's transparent. I mean,
Neat.
you know, it depends on what you want to pay for it, but I wouldn't pay more than $500 myself. But I'm cheap, so.
Yeah.
Right. The big thing is if it comes with the disk drives are worth more than the pet.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Right.
breaks it.
So, because not all pets had disk drives, and there were very few and far between.
Mm.
Wasn't that huge unit, like almost as big as the computer, that had two full-size
It was almost as big.
5.25?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, they're not 5.25. They're 8-inch.
No,
Aren't
they're
they?
5.25.
Okay. I thought for sure they were 8-inch, but anyway, yeah. Okay, either way, it's massive.
Yeah, it
almost as
makes
big
a
as the
duo
pet.
disc on an Apple II look compact.
Correct.
Right. It's a computer in itself. It's like the Commodore 1541.
Right. Yeah.
Does
there's
it
a lot
have
of
like
stuff
6502 in it, like the 1541 does? Okay.
It like
Yeah.
destroys the color burst on it.
Oh.
Just
Oh, wow.
absolutely-
Wow.
Joe, that may be a black and white camera. That could be why.
Yeah.
Because the
I would
Genlock
think
is
it would
going to
still
try to
let-
take
it would
it.
still let the color burst come through, but it doesn't apparently.
No, you can't Genlock off a black and white source. Unless you're doing all black and white. My TV lab in high school was actually put in the 60s, and it was all black and white.
Oh, funny.
And we tried to add, I actually tried to add graphics overlay with Genlock using an Apple IIc that I owned, that I brought into the school, and we ended up having to upgrade the video switcher in order to do color Genlock.
Well, then that explains that.
Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. But yeah, I would. It's worth whatever it's worth to you.
Okay.
I paid $300 for this, but that's because that's what I was willing to pay for.
Well, the thing is, I've found Apple IIs for $25, and then I find people selling them and getting $400. So it just depends on
Exactly.
what you find.
Exactly.
Mm.
Well, it's like the classic. I took that because the guy really wanted me to have it. I paid $75 for it with the bag. It's like, okay, cool. I'll recap it and I'll add it to the 4 other ones that I have, and
Dude, that
I'll
bag
rent
is
it out
more
to-
than that computer.
it is, yeah,
It's supposed to
So,
go with a Max
now-
128.
yeah, which actually I have. So,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Anyway, good night.
See you later,
Good
dude.
night. Thanks for stopping by.
Have a good. Thanks for having me.
LS 74166.
Well, I think I'm going to actually end the stream. We're at 3 hours. It's been a nice, fun jaunt for the evening.
Okay.
But I think it's time for us to shut it down. We'll shut the unit down
Well,
there.
wait another 2 minutes, so it's an even 3 hours.
Yeah.
I like how Gutbomb says Joe is making an early 80s skateboard video.
Yeah. Yeah. Complete with me absolutely breaking my neck. But yeah. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, when I was trying to test out the Genlock on my Apple II overlay card, the only composite thing I had handy was a Laserdisc player. And so I was superimposing Apple II graphics over Duran Duran video.
Her name is Rio and she dances on the sand.
That's it.
Was that the actual song you did too?
I don't remember. It was probably one of them.
Wolf.
It was a Laserdisc of just videos. So that's a neat toy, Joe.
Yes. To the dusty land.
What you have to do now is you have to interface it to your Apple III so that you can sell a card for the Apple III to control your graphics center.
For the 6 people for the 2 people in the world who have both a Texscan and an Apple III. Me and Jesse. The only 2 people.
Yeah, the market is even smaller than the people who want a Titan set.
Yeah. I sold one of those last week, surprisingly.
Oh, that's cool.
Sold a kit.
Now, mine works now without having a joystick connected, and I don't know why. Now, here's the thing: is I have the DIP 16 to the DB9 adapter plugged into it, so I can plug the joystick in externally, but it doesn't need it in there to boot.
Do me a favor: the next time you have a chance, take the cards out and take a look at both the 74LS32 and 74LS30 chips. Take pictures of them and send me the pictures.
Okay, might be a while because it's buried on the shelf behind
That's fine.
TRS-80 Model 4 now.
A slew of counterfeit chips hit me, and random ones in that batch just don't work correctly, or they work sort of. So some things work and some things don't.
That's odd.
Yeah. Yep. My counterfeit, I mean, they're just really crappy. Like if you throw them in a tester, they work. But if you turn one of the gates on and then let it wait, it'll slowly float and die away. So it works long enough for a tester to say it's good. Anyway, well, it is the end of the stream tonight. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Thanks to Adam and Frederick and Trina and Gut Bomb and Ryan. And was there one more person who stopped by? I don't remember because I'm not like Dave and don't write things down. I live in the moment. Thank you to everybody who stopped by in the chat to throw in their comments. Thank you to the entire WeatherStar community who showed up and and gave their input on this wonderful old piece of hardware. There will be there's going to be more content coming about this box. This is one of my cool unicorns, and I'm going to be doing cool stuff with it. So I still got to get my backlog out of the way first for other people, but this is going to be up there on the list. Sorry, JCM-1 computer. This just bumped you off the list. So yeah. For everybody still watching, again, thank you all for stopping by. There's Jesse. Thanks. I'll try with the Noah thing too. Thank you, Jesse. And I want to be in contact with you about that so we can figure out something to make that work. That would be awesome. Hit the like button while you're there, while you're in the chat. It helps the stream. It helps the channel. It helps people show that I exist. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Do the thing. It helps do the thing. And that's really all there is to it. So thanks you guys for stopping by. Thank you, everybody, and have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.